welcome to Burnout Culture. The industry sucks, but I got gender-affirming surgery.
Woo!
My name is Kazuma Hashimoto.
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Kazuma Hashimoto, and I'm one of 3 fantastic hosts.
My name's GC, and I am one of 3 fantastic hosts.
I am Cullen, and I am 3 fantastic hosts.
2 of them.
You're 3. You're 3.
Wait, so I'm number 3?
We are each one of 3 fantastic
Yes.
hosts.
No,
Yes.
but GC
1,
said he
2,
was
3.
number 1. So that means Cosmo's number 2.
We are number 1. Sorry.
And I guess I'm
Yeah.
number 3 now.
Don't worry about it. In the grand scheme of things, we're all equal here on this podcast.
Oh, I get it. It's ranked on who contributes the most to actually putting out and editing the podcast. That makes more sense. So GC's 1
Oh,
because
come
he
on.
edits.
Yeah, he does everything now that I have a
GC does
full-time job.
everything.
Yeah.
Kaz says, Jake, do this. So that's actually pretty helpful, and does like some Spotify stuff. And then I post on social media and I go, fart, look at episode. Okay, bye. That's a bit behind the curtain for all y'all at home.
Yeah.
yeah.
But we're all valuable in our own contributions because you cannot beg me or ask me to do any kind of social media promotion anymore. I simply refuse. So thank you, Cullen, for doing the thing that I fucking hate, and for GC doing the hardest fucking thing.
Yes, GC's the goat.
It's
yes.
nothing. It's seriously nothing.
I like how
Yeah,
on
to
the
you maybe.
on the Cause top surgery episode, we're like, GC, you're so
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, you're so
I know,
cool,
yeah.
GC.
God damn, GC.
GC worked so hard.
So to be fair, GC did send me soup money that was then used for takeout for an English pub.
Who do you think did your top surgery?
No, GC. Not that it would have mattered, because like So okay, we're gonna talk about top surgery for a little bit. Nothing squeamish, but we do have listeners that are in fact transgender, and if
Mhm.
you are transmasculine, I just kind of want to break it down and also give the guys a little bit of an idea of how the surgery went, because they're my friends and I haven't literally spoken to you guys in like a month via VC or something because I've been
Yes.
so busy with work and top surgery stuff. So for those that don't know, my top surgery got funded a couple months ago. Thank you to everybody that donated. And I recently had my surgery in mid-September. I won't give you the date or whatever. That feels a bit weird. But Jake has come down. He is here taking care of me. GC and Cullen have respectively done very nice things for me. GC sent me the takeout money, and Cullen gave me access to Silent Hill F. Thank you, Cullen. Which is actually pretty great because it was very nice to go through that and play that as I was recovering and dying from
And not
chafing.
have to spend money on it.
Oh, yeah, actually, yeah, that's great because top surgery expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and I just started my job, so I don't really have accrued PTO yet. So I'm just not getting paid for the week that I had to take off.
Damn.
So yeah, but I'm doing a lot of other stuff on the side that I can talk about maybe like a year or something. Other than the thing that happened at the event that proved that I worked on something that in fact will be coming out at some point that GC and Cullen know about, but you guys can't know about until it's out. So anyways, top surgery. So I was psyching myself out a little bit and was really nervous about how painful this was going to be because I never really see anybody talk about top surgery in general. Maybe it's because of the circles I'm in or something, or the fact that just people don't really candidly share their experiences outside of Reddit. And I was being a dumbass, and I looked at Reddit after my top surgery already happened. With the exception of like, hey guys, how bad does top surgery hurt? So I want you two to guess how bad top surgery and post-op hurt.
Out of 10?
You already told me. So
Yeah,
I
1 out of
won't-
10.
I won't say.
So Cullen has to
11.
guess 1 out of 10. 11?
Mm.
Okay. So do you think it hurts more than getting your wisdom teeth pulled?
Yes.
Do you think it hurts more than a migraine?
Yes.
Do you think it hurts more than dislocating your toe?
Yes.
You're wrong.
Oh.
It hurts less than a migraine. It hurts less than getting your wisdom teeth taken out. It hurts less than breaking a bone or dislocating your toe.
Damn.
It's kind of crazy. So anyways, I stroll up there and I'm like wearing like my jinbei and like an overcoat and everything because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be so cold and it's going to be so uncomfortable. But my surgeon team was really fantastic. They even sent me a card afterwards, by the way, and they were like, hope post-recovery goes well. Thanks so much for trusting us with this. It was very sweet, like hand signed and everything.
Oh.
So I've never had surgery before.
Oh.
And yeah, never in my life have I ever had surgery.
Oh, so
For
you
my
were
wisdom teeth, did you
super
see?
scared then.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've only had one wisdom tooth pulled, by the way, and it was in Germany, and they literally just shot Novocaine into my mouth, like my gum,
Yep.
and then used a plier and ripped it out, and that was it.
You.
Yep.
It didn't hurt though. It was fine. It was actually fine.
I've been under
See-
like 3 or 4 times, so like it didn't even occur to me at this point that like you would be scared of that. Like I thought, yeah, no.
Yeah.
See, I had wisdom teeth surgery and it hurt a lot. It was really bad, so I just kind of
Mhm.
assumed worse than that.
Oh yeah, no. Apparently jaw surgery, by the way, for your teeth is the worst pain you could probably ever
Yeah,
experience.
it
in
sure
your life.
was.
Yeah.
Sure was.
Yeah. So, Cullen, you fucking took one for the team. I will say getting my chest tattooed, like my collarbone for my tattoo, was fucking agony. Like that shit was awful. And then the healing afterwards was just misery as well because of the bruising
Oh, man.
and the bone itself being
It's just
sore.
such a
'cause I was
thin
like,
layer of skin.
Ugh.
yes. And I was also, so I'm 5'6", by the way, and I weighed 91 pounds at the time, GC. So there was
Bro.
nothing. There was
Bro,
nothing.
you were
between the bone.
nothing.
Yeah, I
Dang.
was literally nothing. Yeah, I was very thin. So I'm there, and one of the nurses comes up, and she's like looking at my my heart rate, and she's like, "You're really scared, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm super nervous because I had to get like an IV in."
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking away. We're just talking about stuff. Didn't even feel the IV go in because she had just like numbed the area or whatever, and it was really good and easy. Fantastic. And then the anesthesiologist, the guy who gives you the anesthesia was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, so
The sleepy
by
guy.
the way, yeah." And I'm sure GC, you've heard this. You're probably gonna hear us talking about you for a little bit, but then we're gonna hook you up to the IV, and then you're just gonna be out in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. I'm super nervous. What if it doesn't put me under? And he was like, "Don't worry about it. It will." So I'm getting wheeled out to surgery, and they're strapping my arms down because they need to do that.
Yes.
And I just hear my surgeon go, "All right, we'll have 2 samples after this." She comes over to me, touches my arm, and goes, "Wow, you're really warm." And I say, "My boyfriend's really cold-blooded, and he calls me his little space heater," and I'm out.
Yep.
I'm
That'll do
fucking
it.
out.
That's anesthesia.
Yeah, I'm fucking out. Like, that's the last thing I remember before waking up. And the nurse was like, "Oh, you're awake." And I was like, "Yeah." And GC, I shit you not, the first thing I did was, "Hey, I really got to use the bathroom. Do you think you can unattach me from this thing? Because I really have to pee."
Yep. Yep.
So she unattaches me, and I use the bathroom by myself, and I'm like on full on, just like fucking anesthesia still. Come back. Jake and my roommate are there, and Jake's crying because he's like, "Oh my God, your titties are gone. That's amazing." And my roommate's really happy for me. And I was totally fine. Like, I was totally fine. I had my apple juice and my cranberry juice that they give you after
good to have the
surgery.
apple juice.
Oh yeah. Had some water, and the lady was like, "Yeah, you might throw up a little bit because
Yes.
the anesthesia." And I did throw up once.
Yep.
Like at the hospital, and I was like, "Ooh, that was not good." But it was fine because I don't know, something about the apple juice and the cranberry juice was okay. I don't know what it is about that mix. The cran apple will just save you.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up just checking out. They put me in a wheelchair, got into my roommate's car, went home, was totally fine, threw up, went to bed, woke up the next morning, no pain, except for like a dull ache.
Yeah.
So they put me on Tylenol and like Vicodin, I think, which I think is like a really light
Yes.
oxycodone. And after that, I shit you not, I only took Tylenol like twice a day, and then I found out what the cause of the actual pain was. Do you guys want? Okay, you guys, Cullen, you get to guess because I told GC while you were getting your drink.
Jeez.
What do you think the actual pain of the post-op was? Was it the grafting of my nipples?
Okay, I was gonna
Was it
say
the
because like,
bruising?
can I get like a multiple choice?
Yeah,
Okay.
multiple choice. Was it the grafting of the nipples? Was it the bruising after scarring? Was it the irritation from my binder? Or was it the surgery scar, like the
stitches.
surgery incisions?
I'm gonna go with nipples because it'd be funny and nipples are sensitive.
You're wrong. It was literally the chafing from my binder that was the most agonizing part.
We can't win them all.
I know.
Next time.
But I will say, so, okay, please don't know, I got a double incision, which means that they just cut open the bottom of my fucking, like, my tits, basically, and pushed all that shit out, and they regrafted my nipples to my chest.
Yeah.
Right now, that's a little sore because it's healing, and I have to put, like, antiseptic, like, pads on them every day, and then remove them and put bandages over them pretty loosely. But yeah, the most discomfort was waking up and being like the phantom pain of having tits, as weird as that sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just like, oh God, why is my chest so heavy? And I sit up and I'm like, my chest isn't heavy at all. What's going on here? And then eventually my mind adjusting to it, and then the chafing from the binding, that was really bad. Like anyone that's getting top surgery, like straight up, just make sure you have like some sort of gauze, or what I use was makeup pads, and get CeraVe like face lotion and apply that to the chafed areas where your binder is, and then just put the pads between that and your binder, and you will be fine.
Yeah.
Like literally you will be fine. This was probably the best surgery that I could have ever gotten, including the results, because I recently just came back from post-op on Friday, by the way. So thank you guys for pushing back recording and everything anyways. Because that was my first post-op appointment where they took off all of my binding and everything. And the surgeon, I shit you not, she was like, in my 15 years doing this, this is the best result I've ever seen. I
Aw.
can't even see your incisions. Like the ones closer to my armpits, you just can't see them. They've already healed up.
That surgeon
There's,
looked
like-
at you like, this is my masterwork.
Well, I was joking. So like there's this thing, right? Because like I'm biracial, and a lot of my Asian friends, especially like my roommate and everything, they're always like, oh yeah, you being biracial like saves you from like Asian fan death. Like basically sleeping with your hair wet. That's like a thing. It's called Asian fan death.
Oh, yeah.
Or like having like some fucking Japanese people I know are like, oh, you have really strong teeth because you're biracial. You don't get sick as much because you're biracial. So I was joking with my surgeon. I was like, oh, it's probably because I'm biracial. It's what all of my Asian friends and family say. And she was like, you know what? Maybe they're right. This is kind of incredible. So so yeah, like no, it was, oh my God. It was such a good experience. I'm healing super well. I should be able to sit in my chair during the entire podcast, which is fucking awesome. And you know
Oh.
what? Gender affirming surgery is fucking awesome, and I wish more people had access to it because it literally changes and saves lives. So
Yeah.
if you're contemplating getting it, just get it while you can. Literally
Mm.
get it while you can. Because goddamn, do I feel fucking good. And I'm just like, damn, I can't wait to go to the gym. I can't wait to like wear clothes again, because I'm just like wearing jinbei and yukata around the house. Also, if you get any kind of fucking top surgery, I shit you not, just buy like 2 yukata and like a jinbei and wear that the entire time. Because I know a thing is that like, oh yeah, buy like cheap button ups and whatever. You can wear these like multiple times. They're not just like cheap button ups. And because the armpits are free, you don't fucking sweat as much, so you don't fucking stink
Yeah.
because you cannot bathe yourself. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
anything with free armpits, fucking do it. That's all I gotta say about that. Those
The
are my
first
top surgery
update
tips.
I got from Kaz was, I haven't showered in a week, and then I said, oh, stinky. I'm a supportive friend.
Yeah, I forgot to send you guys the picture of me in the fucking hospital with like the thing in my nose, and I sent it to Jake, and like a couple of people was like, "I lived, bitch." Like I should have sent that to you guys as soon as I fucking woke up.
Did you post that online?
No, I put it on my Instagram.
That's awesome.
I lived, bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, top surgery fucking awesome. I'm really grad or
I'm
whatever.
great.
Yeah, I'm great. I'm just happy to be recording with you guys again, because I actually really
Aw.
did miss you guys.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you two are just like, not to be all sappy on the podcast where I'm gonna get super pissed later, but like you guys are like such a supportive group of friends and like really important people in my life. So I'm glad I get to tell you guys this and just, I don't know, have this experience with you guys and just be seen as like another one of the dudes. Anyways, I love you
Of course,
guys.
bro.
Aw, I
got
love
you.
you too.
Yeah. So other than gender affirming top
I
surgery.
love you too. Sorry, I forgot to say that back.
Oh, GC doesn't.
God damn it,
just-
GC. No, it's
on record. I love Kaz more.
Oh, no.
yeah. So before we, you know what? I let's not do the fucking anger inducing headache shit
Sure.
yet.
Yeah.
Let's not do that first. Let's talk a little bit about Hades 2 actually, because I saw you play it, Cullen, and I've read some reviews because I actually played Hades 2 in early access, and I'm kind of not surprised about the super lukewarm reception to it, given how like middling the writing was during early access and throughout early access.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to point that out because I really enjoyed Hades because of the story. Like I played that roguelite for the story, and to
It's
see that the
very
Hades
well
2
done.
story is it is. It's fucking great.
It's
And to
very
just
well done.
yeah, and to just like read and like sort of experience like Hades 2 really is just like, okay, date whoever you want. Anyways, everything's wrapped up super neatly. Ta-da! Just super disappointing. So how far did you get in Hades, Cullen? And
I've
what's your favorite weapon?
well, I barely got anywhere in Hades 1. I really struggled to get into it. I don't play roguelikes
Mm-hmm.
often. And like I thought the combat was good, but I was just like I was just bad at the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not coming into this as someone who beat Hades. I'm just playing the game. I really like it. I can see like maybe there being spots of criticism that, you know, returning fans have. But
Mm-hmm.
like it's just literally not even like something I like that is on my mind because I'm just playing a video game. I like Hades 2 a lot so far. Um I've only beaten the first boss and I only have one weapon still. But you know, I'm enjoying the progression of it. I really don't have much to say besides the fact that it's fun.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like Hades is fun. That's the thing. Like I've never had more fun playing a action roguelite than Hades. Like it's just super fucking fun. You should definitely give Hades 1 a try. It's not as
Give
I
it
guess
like play more of it. I would
yeah,
recommend you play more of it.
yeah, you should play more of it and maybe beat it once and then go back to Hades 2.
Yeah.
Um just so you get an idea of like who some of these characters are, because from what I understand and from my experience playing Hades 2, they're not going to tell you who any of these
Nope.
people are or give you any sort of backstory to Hades 1, and it is pretty integral if you actually want to enjoy the story of Hades 2 beyond I
Fuck.
guess I can date everybody. Yeah, literally, right?
Damn
Like
it.
what?
No, just hearing that is upsetting.
Yeah, because Hades 1's super good, and like I felt like the relationships that you cultivated in Hades 1 were really good. Like, trust me, I was an Achilles fucking person all the way through, and then when he's like, by the way, like I can't do that one. You're like, um, my boss's son, and I am still in love with somebody else. Was like, oh, okay, that's actually quite sweet. But everyone's on the table in Hades 2, and I don't like that because
See, my favorite part of Hades 1 was romancing Medusa. And she was like,
oh god, yeah.
sorry, homie. Not like that. And it was like, damn,
Mm-hmm.
that's real though.
Yeah, like there are people that just rebuff you in Hades 1, and Zagreus is like, "Oh, okay, well I'm going to take it in stride, you know?" But in Hades 2 everything's on the fucking table, baby. And I just don't like that because it feels like a less interesting experience.
Yeah.
And I keep doing this thing where I've been playing games that are like 10 years old or more, and it's totally fucked up. Every game I've interacted with thus far over this past month. Like I started playing Deus Ex Human Revolution again, and I'm really fucking mad about it because that game has a really good set protagonist
Yeah.
and really good writing, and now I'm playing modern games that have that, and I'm like, this is kind of fucking garbage. I have to go back and play an immersive sim from fucking 2012 to
Yeah.
feel something. But yeah, I
And I
don't
think
know,
to
man.
articulate that, because we've articulated that better in the past, and to bring it to current events, Uematsu actually did an interview, I think, right, where he Nobuo Uematsu was talking about sort of this, where it's like we're getting to a point with like the way we make things where everything is like everything is like referential of something else, but like it doesn't take greater inspiration from like the greater sort of like people are pulling from fewer and fewer places, if that makes sense. Like
It's the otaku XC says this again, very good all the time, extremely well. It's the the fan of a fan that's making something.
Yeah.
Right? It's me interviewing Yoshi P and Oda, and I always bring this up because this is the most baffling thing to me, asking what their inspirations were for Heaven's Word of them saying, oh, tactics ogre or ogre battle, but it's not political. We just think it's really cool.
And then it's like, you ask whoever made Tactics Ogre, like, what was the inspiration behind this? And they'll tell you like a specific period
Like
of
a war.
history.
Do you want to know what it was? It was literally an ethnic cleansing of
Mhm.
like an entire population in like the Middle East.
Yeah. And like
I forgot which one it was, but it was just sort of like, okay, so you're taking this as inspiration and you think it's cool, but you don't know its source material. Like it's like again, not super articulate with this because I'm just like super happy and yappy
Yeah, of
with you
course.
guys, but it's like you go to the Wikipedia page of like a game written now and or like you read a developer interview of like what things are inspired by games now, and it's not like going back even 10 years ago and it's like, oh, by the way, this is inspired by like fucking Nietzsche's fucking one of his like theories or whatever, and like
Yeah.
this specific TV
Yeah,
show
yeah.
that was further inspired by that. It's just more like, well, we like this piece of media. We like Game of Thrones, the TV show, Final Fantasy 16, or like just really superficial shit, and it just bothers me all the time to think that we're a little over 10 years out from what used to be the norm in terms of like inspiration and really interrogating those inspirations and digging deeper, not just pulling from the like the most popular pop culture of the time or comic books or fucking Star
Yeah.
Wars or whatever.
Part of me wonders if
where
this
we are
is
now.
part of me wonders if like adaptation has sort of like done that in a certain way where like I feel like recently the popular thing has been adaptations, right? Like that's like a thing people complain about. It's like, oh yeah, there's nothing original anymore. But there never was. But like, you know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
people, we're more focused on adapting existing IP than creating original IP nowadays. And I feel like maybe that perspective has sort of like infiltrated the the perspective or like the ethos or whichever one of those it is of like making something where it's like I want to take this thing that I like and adapt it into this other thing. But like it doesn't go further into understanding the other inspirations that created that thing in the first place. But also, and I give him a lot of shit for this. I love making fun of Shigeru Miyamoto for this. But he does have a point when he says, yeah, if you're going to make a game, you should have some kind of interest outside of games. You should have some kind of interest that has nothing to do with media, because like that's where the really good ideas come from. And like if you only think of it from the perspective of Shigeru Miyamoto playing with ants in his backyard as a child, then you see that as kind of juvenile. But if you extrapolate that and go, no, like, you know, the guys that made Tactics Ogre were like looking at, you know, current events or historic events that
Yeah.
like made an impact on them when they heard about it, right? Like, you know, you can take that to any degree and you'll probably come up with something really good. And I think it's like it's just sort of unfortunate. And I guess, and I think the good thing is that a lot of people are warming up to that realization of like, oh yeah, like we're being very derivative, like we're being like very, like we're being very narrow in what we're basing things on, and like where we're drawing our inspirations from.
I see this happen, and I don't mean to say it only happens here. It's just something I am sad to see happens here a lot in the indie sphere.
Yeah.
Because a lot of indie games, while they're very passionate and they want to kind of tap into the feeling they got on the games they played when they were young, like, and they're often in our generation. But it's like you'll play a lot of indie games and it's really just like, oh, I can see plainly the games you were inspired by, but because I can tell you don't really like you solely are in the realm of playing games, you don't really branch out much out of that. It just kind of goes like, all right, well, this is doing this and that's doing
I
that.
can kind of, I 200%, and I can kind of explain why that happens. As somebody that's like worked extensively on like a couple of projects, some that have never come to fruition and some that absolutely are and have, is that when you're an indie developer specifically, like you have to pitch to VPs constantly, right? So you have to distill your idea down to something like, what if Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy met XCOM, right? Something like that. And those are the two things that you like. You like found family stories and you like strategy games. So that might be your pitch, but secretly you're like, I like Persona and I want to make a tactics game, right? It's always, everything is an elevator pitch now, if you
Yeah.
haven't noticed. Everything is a fucking social media 250 character elevator pitch to sell their game based on their specific interest or inspiration, right? Like you see this a lot with books too, actually. And this shit drives me crazy with books when people were, especially, I think it was like maybe 5 years ago was the most egregious, where they'd be like, this is a feminist retelling of Pride and Prejudice with a American Gothic twist. And I'm like, okay, but like, what is that then? Like, are these things actually what you say they are, or are you just elevator pitching me on your book?
Pride and
Like, tell me
Prejudice
what
and
you're-
Zombies.
Right?
You ever
like,
seen that? That's a book.
I have.
It's a
I
real
read
book.
it as well.
Oh.
It was really funny. Yeah, it was actually pretty fucking funny.
Oh, okay. Bad
but-
example then.
Yo, but it's just like it's also like with books specifically, like you get a lot of these like modern retelling things, and it's like you could just make this an original story as opposed to riffing on your favorite piece of media,
Mhm.
right? And I think that is, like you said, talking back to what GC said, the thing with adaptations. Everyone is making an adaptation of an adaptation these days, as opposed to being inspired by something and making something new. Cullen, you said indies have this problem. They absolutely do. And I think it's more egregious in the West than anywhere else, and maybe even in Japan, because I played a really amazing indie game, by the way,
Ooh.
and it feels pretty unique in design and execution because it's set in post-Soviet Russia. It's
Oh,
called No, I Am
yeah.
Not a Human. Have either of you heard of this game?
Yes.
No, I have not.
Cullen, I think you should play it, but I think it would make you freak out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is it a horror game?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
It is a horror game. Yes. The premise is that you are a hermit due to some undisclosed event in your life, and for some reason, global warming is happening, but as a
As it
result,
does.
these beings called visitors have started to claw their way out from under the ground. And people can now only travel at night because during the day it's too hot. You have one of the only places of refuge left in your little backwater Soviet town. And at night, people will knock on your door asking to be let in, but you don't know if they're visitors or not.
I think I've actually heard about this. Actually, hold
Yes,
on.
yes.
It's
You'll
really
recognize the
fucking-
guy. There's
Yes,
the
the
guy
man.
on the cover art.
What's it called
Yeah.
again?
No, I am not a human. It's so good. But it's something where it's like, oh, you can see
this one. Yeah.
you can see little bits and pieces of like, the culture of the person that made the game in terms of like, Cullen, did you know that during the fall of Soviet Russia, they just put Swan Lake on loop on all the televisions?
I did not. No.
That's why whenever you hear Swan Lake in a game that is supposed to be set in some sort of Eastern European inspired like dystopia,
That's a period tone, period set.
yeah, it's a
Better.
period set, but it's also an indication of a fall of an empire. Like in Signalis, they did the same thing. They had the
I gotta.
I think it was
Signalis.
oh, it's so good. They have a very specific song playing in Signalis from Swan Lake, and that's how you're kind of like, oh, their empire is in decline. Okay, I understand now. It's like one of those cultural signifiers, right? So as you're watching news broadcasts and the broadcaster looks super funny, and he's like, hey, by the way, visitors have like really bloodshot eyes and dirty hands. So if you have a visitor in your house, you can check their eyes and their hands. Anyways, now for this broadcast, and it's fucking Swan Lake. And my first thought was, oh, okay, shit's going really bad. Like really,
It's the
really,
end
really
of the
bad. And the
world.
government it's literally the end of the world right now. And the visitors, by the way, so just to give you an example of how some of these systems work, Jake and I killed a visitor in our house. We reloaded the save from a specific kind of save method. You could do there are two. I'm not going to tell you what they are.
Okay.
We killed the person again, being like, oh, fuck, we forgot to kill him. And we got an achievement that said, kill the same character that is and isn't a visitor. So we thought he was a visitor, but because we reloaded, he wasn't a visitor anymore. So it like changes constantly. It's really interesting.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have energy points that let you like examine people, but you only get like 3 a day. You can order energy drinks as well, but the energy
That's
drinks will give
realistic.
you bloodshot eyes, and there will be people coming to your house being like, "Are you a visitor? Show
Oh,
me
that's
your
cool.
fucking eyes." Yeah, it's pretty fucking interesting. You can also look outside of your house to see things going on around you. So Cullen, because I'm not gonna say if, when you play this game, look outside of your windows every single night.
I'll be honest, it'll probably be more of an if. I'm remembering
No.
stuff I've seen about this game, and I think that kind of horror just hits a bit too close.
Okay, never. Yeah, because
Cullen,
it is very existential. Yeah.
Well,
Cullen
it's
was
that, but
playing
also,
another game.
hmm?
Cullen was playing another game where uh the character is trapped in like a loop in a house where a killer
Oh.
shows up at a specific time and it runs on
Hmm?
like a clock. And I'm starting to realize after also watching Cullen play other scary stuff and dropping it, I think Cullen is afraid of household horror.
Yeah, I am. That's why
Yeah.
Silent Hill
Oh.
4 and Fatal Frame
Fatal Frame
3
3.
do so much for me, but at the same time, it makes that horror like really effective. I'm trying to find this other game because our friend recommended this.
Oh, the
So then
Zed.
GC.
The Zed.
Yeah, because I do want to recommend it because it is a very well
It is a
put
good
together game.
It looked really cool. Kazuma would probably like it a lot.
Oh yeah, I love this kind of shit. This is No, I'm Not a Human's horror is more. It's very much like, you know how like The Last of Us and The Walking Dead are like the real shit is like each other, like we're the actual
Yeah.
most fucked up things on this planet. This does that a lot better, and more effectively because people are getting more and more increasingly paranoid as time goes on, because yeah, you don't know who isn't a
Yeah.
visitor, and if there's a visitor in your house, they will kill somebody every night, like straight up.
That's
Okay,
always the thing
So
with
I got the
me and like the real monster stuff is like that's not as
mhm,
scary when you know who the monster. Like zombie stuff is cool, but like
mhm.
that idea should have evolved into what No, I'm Not a Human is, where it's like like zombies are bad. Like there's no secret there, right? But it's like it's
So
scarier if we're the monsters, but some of us don't admit to being monsters.
and it's also like what you will be driven to out of paranoia. That's the really
Yes.
fucked up part,
It's
right?
you're
Because
a
there's like
monster, you can end up becoming like a bad person just because you succumb to like massive paranoia and then you end up like hurting innocent people
mhm.
out of fear.
Yeah, and it's really good. GC, I don't think it will scare you, so I think you should play it because I think you'd really like all of the endings. Actually, there are about 10 different endings, and
Ooh.
it's really strange how to get some of them. There's even like a Silent Hill-esque cult element in it that will really throw you for a loop when you get that ending, because you're like, was it actually this? Or was it really just that the entire time? So
That's cool.
it's interesting, the different interpretations you can have of what's actually going on in the world versus what is probably, the truth.
Actually going on in the world.
Yeah. So yeah, really, really, really fucking good horror game. Cullen, please send me the game that you were playing because I would love to
Oh,
play that with Jake.
so it should be on our Steam family. It's called Homebody. Funny enough, it's one of those like Game Grump published games, but it's actually very
Mm.
interesting. Because it's the normal horror setup. You and your friends are just take a weekend trip away to this house
Mm-hmm.
out in the woods. And
Your character is an agoraphobic.
yeah, and then
Mm.
stuff fucking happens. And the
I'm
every
looking up the
playthrough
graphics.
in the house is on a timer, and things happen in real time no matter what you do.
What's the name of the game again?
So Homebody.
Homebody.
That's right.
So as you like decide how you want to spend your time, like you will just miss out on things if you're not like keenly aware, and then you'll die and the loop restarts. So as you start to
Mm.
like, go through this, you kind of piece things together more. But what I really like about its horror is that because of the gameplay structure of being on a real-time loop, things will present themselves to you, like horrors will reveal themselves to you without any fanfare. Like, you don't walk into a room and then get like a whole pre-rendered cutscene of a zombie going, like you'll turn a corner and then a guy will be there and he starts chasing you. Like, it's stuff like that. And
Ooh.
that's the kind of stuff that really gets to me in the like, God, I had a name for like home horror, but yeah, like that home horror thing, because like, let's be real, if you were home seemingly by yourself and you found home invaders, they would just be there. Like, there's no fanfare. It's someone is in your house now and they are going to kill you. That's that kind of stuff that really fucks with me and has always fucked with me. And it's why, like, our God, I love him to death. Our buddy VZ, who recommended this game to me, he was like, yeah, let's get on a call and you like play it in front of me. I got to the first like kind of like
The
stalker
first loop.
Well, no, like I got like the first like reveal of like the stalker like appearing in the house, and I stopped the game. I was like, I can't do it. He's like, no, but like it's really good. It's like, no, I agree with you. It's too. I can't do this. It's too effective.
It like activated that part of your like ancient primate brain of like a predator is coming to hunt me in my home.
Yeah, can't do it.
I cannot wait to fucking play this because I am a glutton for punishment. Like, if something scares me, I will continue to seek it out. That's actually part of why I played Silent Hill 4, by the way, was that I saw like this one really fucking scary ad in PC Gamer, and I would literally open up to it like every night and stare at it. And then when I went to Blockbuster, it was there, and I was like, I have to rent this game. And then it fucking made me so scared. I turned it off in the first 5 minutes. I had to wait for a friend to come over to play it.
Yeah, Silent Hill 4 is one of the like Silent Hill games that really fucking gets under my skin, because that game's like scary as fuck.
It's a good video game. It's a good Silent Hill game. And speaking of Silent Hill games, I guess we can just go to it right now. Cullen, like I mentioned earlier, was really, really, really fantastic and very, very sweetie peety of you. And bought Silent Hill F for the family.
Sweetie peety.
And
for the family.
Yay, little sweetie peety. And Jake and I have been playing it, and I
I
have
had a head
thoughts.
start, and y'all were like able to like blast through that thing before me.
Okay, but consider it's on a Steam. We're playing on the Steam Deck, by the way.
How is that on Steam Deck, by the way?
It's fine. You gotta really turn off motion blur. You're gonna be fucking throwing up. Like,
I've been playing on my like actual like PC, and it's kind of a bit of a unoptimized game.
It just patched right now.
Oh,
So,
what?
Yeah,
Maybe they
it just
fixed it
patched for me.
What did they fix?
I have no idea, but it just said Silent Hill F is ready to play. So I don't know.
I'll look into this real quick while you
maybe a little
start
secret
your
performance patch. But basically, Silent Hill F has been a highly anticipated title for Silent Hill heads because, well, new Silent Hill game.
We don't get new Silent Hill games often.
No,
emphasis
in fact,
on
we don't
new.
get them at all. Really,
Yes.
This is like the first fucking one.
It is an event.
Yes, and it's actually written by Ryu Kishi, who wrote the Higurashi series and Umineko. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm someone that liked Higurashi a lot when I was young, and then I kind of got older and I didn't like it anymore.
Did you play
because
not to cut you off, I'm just curious, because I feel like people are gonna ask.
Did I play the VN? Yeah, I played the VN, and then I
Okay.
watched season 1 and 2 of the anime, and then I was even thinking about checking out the mobile game that released
I didn't know there was one.
that has canon events. Yes,
Wow.
and then there was like the new anime series, which was really fucking disgusting. Like, I don't know how far people's knowledge of Ryu Kishi's like disgusting fan service with children goes. But there is a scene in the new Higurashi anime where a 9 to 8-year-old is wearing one of those like fan service outfits they have to wear in the VN. That's like a cafe outfit, and she's rubbing her ass against a window, and you can literally see the outline of her vulva.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one of the things why I kind of lowered my expectations for this one is that a lot of people did not like that new Higurashi anime.
It's pretty bad, right? I don't think Silent Hill F is on that level. There is no crazy weird fan service shit from the developer other than okay. Okay, before I go into this segment and we talk about,
It's gonna be a little complicated, folks.
yeah, because I'm going to be jumping around a lot. If you don't have context of this stuff, which I'll be providing context to, and I'm not going to be spoiling Cullen on anything because he's not done with his first playthrough yet.
Yes,
And
I'm near the end,
I
but I got some time.
yes, and I need you to see it and play it as is, and then when you're on your second playthrough, then we can start talking about stuff. But it is very important to me as well that you get that first ending because I really want to know how you react to it because I think that first ending is arguably one of the best endings in the game,
And
along with the fucking worst ending of the game. I think is
Mm.
one of the most interesting. But basically, so everyone maybe doesn't remember when they trotted the development team out for Silent Hill F, they said, well, Hinako is a different kind of Silent Hill protagonist because unlike the other women in Silent Hill, she has agency and she's simply not being, dragged around by the story. One, I can tell you that is verifiably false
yeah,
with as much as I've played the game. That is not true. Second, they don't have to dig at like previous shit in the Silent Hill series. They could just be like, our character is new and distinct because of the scenario that like she's in or whatever, and the theme that we want to tackle and the societal issue. And then they said the 1960s, which is when the game takes place, is extremely important because of the Japanese feminist movements that were happening at the time. And I can tell you, no, that's not true. You could literally set this game in any other fucking time period in Japan, and you could still talk about the same fucking thing. To say that you're literally setting it in the 1960s because of feminist social issues is a really, really weird fucking thing to say, given all of the endings of the game.
Okay.
And the way that this game, Colin, you've already seen this stuff, but
also we should probably say general spoiler warning.
General
ge-
general
yeah, ge-
spoiler.
general spoiler
game.
warnings. Okay, so I'll just say this, and this is like a thing I've been saying and like just being really bitter about it. Feminism is men writing women who hate each other. And that's basically the fucking game. Like it's yes, it's not good in my opinion in the way it tries to handle these various Japanese social issues. Now, for those of you that don't know, the Japanese feminist movement and Japanese feminism is not at all like American feminism. That's a very like the way it is now is more akin to American feminism in terms of individuality, but a lot of Japanese feminist movements are actually concerned with the collective as opposed to the individual. So, for example, the ability to divorce your husband, even though there would be weird stipulations like, well, your husband has to be caught cheating on you for you to divorce him, or things like a part of Japanese feminism was actually requiring men to disclose if they had STDs before marrying you because of all of the adultery and shit they would commit, and
Because it was bad. It's still a problem.
Yeah, now I think it's chlamydia. They're having huge breakouts of chlamydia in Japan right now. Like huge breakouts. You can actually look this up. You're like, chlamydia?
Adultery?
What? And then it's like,
Adultery in Japan is such a long-standing issue that the reason there's actually like a very small, but it's growing, of people who just prefer to be in like transparently open relationships.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's like if you're going to do it, then we should both just agree that we're okay with either of us doing this. Like, period. But yeah, go on. Keep going.
But basically, post World War II, Japanese women were actually given a lot more rights than American women because America had to revise the Japanese constitution post World War II during their occupation for obvious reasons. If you don't know, go read a history book. Whatever. We don't got to talk about any of that right now.
That's another kind of worms.
Yeah. And actually, like, a lot of Japanese feminists were pretty pissed because they were like, it's fucked up that America gave us this before, Japan would, like, our own country would give us that.
Yep.
But a lot of it in the 1960s was about work-life balance and being able to maintain the right to work while being a mother. And that is still an issue today. this is why I'm like, this game could take place any point in history and it would still be relevant, because for those of you that don't know, if you are someone with a vagina and you work, you are expected to have children and to be a mother. And if you are pregnant and you work for a Japanese company, there is a high chance they will tell you to quit, because shouldn't you be taking care of the baby? Shouldn't you be doing that? Oh, you shouldn't be at work, and
Don't
you'll
be a
basically get
bad
bullied.
mother.
Yeah, and you'll basically get like bullied out of,
Yeah.
fucking working and shit. And like, that's a real thing. I know it sounds crazy to a lot of people, but that is a thing that happens. And I had a friend that actually experienced that. She got pregnant and then she was basically forced to quit her job at a AAA development company in Japan, because they were like, well, you can't do that. You need to go be a mother. And it was really fucked up. And I'll tell you guys who it is after the stream.
Okay.
But then you have, again, like, and not to be like, oh, all developers are bad, but like Sega actually has, like, Sega of Japan, by the way, they actually have daycare set up for single parents or working parents, which I think is really fucking awesome. So if you're like a Japanese developer, you work for Sega and you're like, I have a child, and they're like, okay, well then take your child here. We have a fucking daycare for them,
Yeah.
So there are strides being made, but in relation to the themes of this game and female agency, gendered expectations and gender norms, that I don't know why they said it in the 1960s, because it didn't need to be set in the 1960s at all, minus like 2 signs that show up in the game that are LDP propaganda for, a stern
Making
father
babies.
and a submissive mother make for a good family. But that could be today too.
Yeah.
That could be today too. And
I
it's
do
not
think
making
maybe
a
they said it-
commentary that Huh?
You don't think they said it in that time period just because like that is like the peak of the movement?
it has nothing to do with the movement.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
It has nothing to do with the movement at all. Nothing.
Okay.
Not
okay,
a single fucking thing about that movement.
Oh,
like-
right.
like,
Because
I
you were
wish.
just describing all the
Yeah.
things that it was actually about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like, it has nothing to do with the feminist movement in Japan in the 1960s. It really just felt like, oh, we want rural horror set in the past, because guess what? There was another interview that came out shortly before Silent Hill F released, and I think this is on Games Radar Plus, where they said, we picked the 1960s because it's still sort of like, you can still sort of like remember it, but it's still so far in the past that for younger people, they might remember phones, but not rotary phones. So it's sort of, like mythical and strange. And I'm like, a rotary phone is not mythical and strange, but all right. This is not folklore. This is a rural village in Japan where people
Yeah.
still maybe don't have internet. It's a very, very weird.
I
The things
mean,
they say,
like a
in interviews are
7-year-old
very
might
weird.
be like, "What? This is what smartphones look like." But like a 16-year-old kid, you can just be like, "Yeah, that's a rotary phone. This is how you would push a button to dial the number," and like that kid would be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, it's so
Like
it's,
as a
it's very
15-year-old
interesting.
kid, when they showed me like technology from the 1920s, I wasn't like, "What?
Yeah.
Father, I cannot access the internet." Like it's
Also, no one's like
What
impressed
is
by
the
that.
printing press?
yeah.
What?
So no one's impressed by, oh my god, old thing scary. Like that's not
Yeah,
that's
like
not real.
Doesn't
yeah,
work
it's
anymore.
just so I think it was literally just set dressing. They just wanted like another fucking small village in Gifu Prefecture that
But it
had
sounds
another
really
damn
good.
thing going on. What?
That sounds really good for PR when you're like, "Oh yeah, we said it in the 1960s because feminism."
Yeah, and
know,
it's just
That's
and
a
like I
great
see
marketing.
all of this, and like not to be a fucking nasty nag or whatever, feminism. I can call myself a nag, I guess. But like, seeing people being like, "Oh yeah, Ryukishi's so progressive because he was a social worker once," and I'm like, that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean shit.
So
I mean, I hate to tell this to you guys.
I think it makes him a little bit more
Empathetic.
aware of certain
Yes.
things. Yeah. But like, as someone who has a very conservative sister who is also a social worker, I'm like,
There is a line in one of the boss fights that is like low key kind of transphobic towards trans men. I'm
and
not kidding.
I'll be honest, like, I was one of those people that when I heard he was a social worker and like he was talking about the feminist stuff, I was like, oh, okay, like cool. And then I've seen some of Silent Hill F. I haven't seen all of it, and like, I'll agree to an extent of like, I definitely don't like, I definitely see that like Ryukishi is talking about these things. And if you look at like the character bios in the game, like it's very clear sort of how the writer feels about certain kinds of people, like, you know, abusive fathers negatively viewed in that game. So far.
But you know what?
But I'm the kind of person.
So is the mother, a woman who is forced into this role by society. She's also evil because she's participating. It's very much, well, we live in a society. It's so
like,
fucking stupid.
My thing is like, I this is one of those things that I'm never gonna be able to have like strong enough of a thought of, because it's like, because I notice that the main character views her mother negatively, but I also think that's like part of the story, right? Where it's like she's frustrated that her mother behaves the way that she does because she's the younger person who's like rebellious and this and that. But I don't know where the story takes that.
Exactly. Like when you see where the story takes it, it's kind of like, okay, because it has a lot of the same issues as a lot of people that are very new to the idea of feminism, right? And they're like, feminism means women don't have to get married.
You can just say liberals.
Yeah, liberals, you know, where it's like, no, feminism means that women can also get married, but if they want to, they can get divorced and they can choose to like live their own lives, right? Like marriage is a choice that they should be able to make.
Without realizing that the problem is that why is it that like women have to choose between getting married and having like independence and autonomy?
Exactly. And this game has a very, very shallow idea of what feminism is. And I wouldn't be talking about this if they didn't say this game has something to do with feminism, which it does not.
True.
It does not have anything to do with fucking feminism.
I'll give you that. Sorry, it did. To be perfectly fair, because again, like I'm sort of like, I want to come to my own conclusions about what exactly it's saying. I don't doubt what you're saying is like holds a lot. There's a lot of evidence in the game for what you're saying, but like, to your credit, it's like the game did the people that made this game explicitly invited that criticism. Like you did explicitly say this is what the game is about, and you did explicitly like that's basically an invitation to, you know, put it under a microscope.
Yeah. And also saying, and Cullen, because you've got to this part too, right? Like with the Hinako the werehog segment. When the game the game's like, oh yeah, she's not going to get pulled along by the story. She has agency. And I'm like, that entire segment is about her not having any agency. Like, the thing Cullen just experienced is literally about not having agency.
I do think that bit was being more of a critique, but again, I haven't seen the full thing.
Just wait. When you get to the endings, it's sort of like, okay, this is something. And then it's like, okay, I see that this is just, and I hate saying this shit because I am like the number one person. It's like, you cannot say this shit. It's just anime bullshit from the top down.
Yeah. I think like, I want to see more of it. Although I did think it was really funny. I was watching Cullen play and he got to that segment and he started laughing because it was like, it's so out of pocket. And I remember Cullen going, this is so silly. Like I like it, but like, this is so silly. Yeah. Like it was very funny to see. I don't know.
I would love. I guess I really want to talk to Cullen about this. Like I'm not kidding. Like even if I don't like Silent Hill F, I feel like we're gonna have really good conversations about it, including UGC if you get through it. Like Cullen, I'm gonna hand this off to you now because I am fucking dying to know how you feel about things, like in the game thus far and. Like the game theories you're having. I want to know what you're thinking about this.
So a lot of my first time like playthrough is mostly just been like absorbing in the experience and the gameplay, mostly because like while, you know, I do care about the story about a Silent Hill game, I've gone on record in saying I think that the gameplay of a Silent Hill game is something that is kind of like people don't put enough value into, because a lot of time people just spend like talks about Silent Hill 1 through 4 being like, oh, those are those horror games that play like shit, but like have really cool stories. And it's like, no, there's so much to a Silent Hill game that is just setting up its world, giving you that exploration, peppering little scares, putting little moments in just to fuck with you. like a lot of the horror of a Silent Hill game feels like it is a joke at your expense that the developers are having. Like it'll introduce like I'm in the spot now where like it's kind of taking you back to the start of the game, and there's a branch point, for example, of like, okay, you can go progress, or you could go to the right and go down this really long path, and you're like, oh well, there must be something down here. You do all of it, you get one tiny little upgrade, and immediately the strongest like rumbable monster in the game is like around the corner waiting for you, and you go, ah, okay, they wanted to laugh at me. And in that regard, they have that. They understood most of that so far. But in terms of like, you know, theories, I don't really have too much of an idea on where exactly it's gonna go. I at least know that yeah, they do seem at least somewhat empathetic on that kind of idea, like being forced down like by societal expectations to like get married, do X, Y, and Z, things like that. But I even though I have like picked up all the notes possible, and overall I like the game, I don't really know like what the final note they're gonna leave off on is. And I know I have to
Hmm.
play it a couple more times to really get that. You know,
You definitely have
I
to get
am
you have to get the worst ending to
oh, I'm
really
gonna
get
get
some
all the
shit.
endings.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got because I gotta know. I like the idea though that they are trying to be more explicit about like, hey, you need to read like do this a couple of times, because well, like with Silent Hill, usually I'll get whatever ending the game wants to give me, and then I'll just kind of like move on because like this is the ending like that they calculated with how I played, that this is, you know, what I should do.
Mhm.
Like when the Silent Hill 2 remake came out and they added all those new endings, I was like, oh, that's really cool. I'm still gonna just do my one playthrough. Um, but since the, you know,
Excuse
apparently
me.
there is a lot more to replaying the game multiple times, and they've even made it so that you can like it'll let you know when you could skip a cutscene because there's nothing new.
Hmm.
You know, I'm gonna give that a go. But yeah, my thing with Ryukishi is I am a like I wouldn't say I'm like a Higurashi fan just because I've only played read like one chapter of it, but I'm a pretty big Yumeneko fan. So, you know, I had a decent set of expectations for this. At the for the most part, I'm enjoying it. I think the further I get in, the more I have little criticisms of things of how like wanting them to, you know, do things a certain way. I kind of wish there were more dungeons. Because I think that's always a really fun bit of Silent Hill. There's like the school, and I don't want to get too much into it and say too much, but one of the set in the real world late game dungeons is something I just got to, and I'm playing through that and I'm like, wow, where was this the whole game?
Oh, like that kind of feeling of like, oh, this is like very
Hmm.
considerably like an improvement. Not that the rest
Well,
of it was bad, but more like, oh, this is like a leap kind of
mostly
thing.
just because I really like in my Silent Hill games like the point and click adventure game logic for puzzle solving. Like in Silent Hill 2, where you go to the prison and you need to get some wax and a string or whatever just to pull a
Yeah.
key out.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And
Okay.
I look at that and I go like, that's so involved, and you're doing so much more than just saying here's a key to go open a door. Whereas like the school was fun in this game. I had a good time with it, but also I was like, I'm kind of just getting keys and then learning codes, and the puzzle to like, you know, with the codes, that was like neat at least. But I was hoping for more like you need to solve this weird puzzle with like stuff around that's relevant to the place you're in. um
We're
and
never
I
gonna
feel
get can opener light bulbs ever again or ring walnut.
see like that's the kind of shit I'm looking for.
That's what I want as well, and you just don't really get it in this game.
But I will say, like, for the most part, like, even if like I come off this game saying I did not like Ryukishi's work here, um, which again, as a fan of his, like, you know, that's just who knows.
You're not always
But
gonna bat 100, you know?
exactly, like, yeah, like I don't think he's like I don't consider him to the like I don't have him up on such a pedestal where I'm like, if this is a fumble, I'm gonna just say everything's over forever and I'm gonna be inconsolable. I'm just gonna be like, you know what though? You guys should get Neobards to make another Silent Hill game. I will consistently think that, at least, because as a game, I'm very impressed with it. Like, on how it looks, how it plays. Like, this is kind of what I would hope for in a modern Silent Hill game.
Yeah.
And that's like the stuff I think at the moment I'm
Yeah.
taking the most from this, because again, I am someone who goes to the series because it does horror in a very particular way that is really satisfying to my brain. I have fun. I don't know.
See, I'm of the. I never thought I'd be like this, but I'm like, if they just give Bloober the game but don't let them write it, I think that would be fucking great.
I will say though, I did think the Silent Hill 2 remake had a bit more of what I was looking for in terms of the game.
I also think how to get one of those endings it's so fucking insane.
Yeah.
It was so fucking insane. And the little message, obviously, is just a fucking confirmation of like everyone's favorite little game theory or whatever. But I was like, that is fucking crazy. That's actually fucking crazy. And like that's what I want out of like an ending. That's why I'm like, I can't wait for that.
cryptology.
Yes. Or oh man, this is why I'm so excited for that Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly remake.
Oh god, so like
because
that's like
yes, because one, that's gonna be fucking great full core. It's gonna be I just know it is better than Silent Hill F because I've already played the fucking game, right?
Yeah.
But it's gonna have those extra endings for you, Cullen, that I think you're really gonna want to get. There's one ending that is so phenomenally just like chilling that I'm like, oh, this ending makes me uncomfortable. Oh god.
And I really liked what I played of too. No, like it's funny. I saw that was my favorite reveal of that direct, was just that fucking game. And then the fact that they had another set of reveals like for TGS where it's just like, hey, we're adding like all these new mechanics and we're like
hold
we're
your
adding
sister's
new
hand.
areas. I was talking to one of our friends who's also been playing the game with us, Cynthia, and she's a
I love
massive
Cynthia.
Fatal Frame fan. And I brought up the idea. It's like, if they're not fucking cowards, they will make it so you have to hold her hand to take her places. I want that fucking pressure that only a Fatal Frame game can give me of just nightmare. It's like we are gonna make you go through this like really stressful situation on a gameplay and like scare level, and having to like actually like watch out for my sister and make sure she's okay, which is what the whole game is about. That would actually be pretty fun.
I bet there's gonna be an ending tied to how much you hold her hand.
I kneel if they do it.
Fatal Frame is weird like that. Like, I never told you how I got one of the original endings, right? So this is obviously before like internet forums was a thing and GameFAQs was still pretty new. I had backtracked on accident through the mansion. I had taken a picture of like a random ghost I had never seen before. So when I went to go and fight Sai, I went down and I saw her corpse hanging from the Torii gate, and I was like, that's weird. Takes a picture. And then it started a boss fight with Sai. And I had no idea how I fucking triggered that.
God, I'm so excited for that remake.
I know, it's gonna be so fucking awesome.
Especially because I can play it on Switch too.
The Switch.
But like with, I will say though, for at the most part, I am liking more of Silent Hill F than I am disliking it. And I really just like with this game, I did not need or expect the greatest Silent Hill game of all time. I just wanted a good one. And at the moment, I have that.
And you know what? Akira Yamaoka's music is still a fucking banger. The best song in the game, I shit you not, is tied to the worst ending, Cullen.
I'm excited.
It's really good. It's really, really, really fucking good. Like, there's a lot about the worst ending that I like. There's like a point in it where I'm like, I'm gonna fucking stick a gun in my mouth and shoot myself in the head. But then when it hit like this other thing that happens, I was like, oh no, this is actually probably one of the most interesting endings with the implications that it has.
I
Yeah.
And like, so far I'm not mixed on the characters. I think there's definitely some that are more interesting than others, and I hope the new game plus actually like expounds on that a bit more. Like I find Sakuko to be a lot more endearing than Rinko, and like I did get a bit of an eye roll the fact that Rinko's whole character is just like,
Boys. I
oh,
love boys.
I love
I love
Shu.
Shu.
I love Shu. I love Shu. I love Shu, which is what our friend GC says all the time. But so,
Yeah, he
I'm
loves Shu. Yeah,
inclined
and Foot.
to
I love
just
Foot.
be
I love Shu.
annoyed at people
Yeah.
who really just like are just, into Shu. But nothing GC. Nothing, buddy.
He made a little, but that was it.
He went to go punch his wall.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
But so like
another
You could just add that in
hole in
post.
the office wall.
so this is what happens when I play games like this. And Silent Hill F I find to be quite superficial. And I get into this idea of like, well, it can't be just that, right? Because it's Silent Hill. It literally can't just be that. So like, what if this is Hinako just projecting what she thinks Rinko feels about her in those fucking notes? But no, it's actually just that. And I was super disappointed that it was not game facts or game theories or whatever. It was just sort of like,
I also had that kind of feeling
Yeah.
of just like, there's this whole bit where you are delving into these characters in a way only Silent Hill can provide. And I was like, this is actually really interesting because it's like, are these thoughts from these people, or is this what Hinako is like
And
thinking they think of her?
and you know what? Is Hinako the problem? Is that the thing that's going on here? Is she the problem?
But and again, I'm still gonna let it. I'm gonna see where it goes.
Yeah.
With all this.
Tell me what ending
also,
you get.
Well, like first or
Yeah.
'cause I
No,
think you
the first
yeah.
one is always the same one, but the second ending you get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will. There's only 3, right?
That we know
Yes.
of.
3. No, there's only 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
I forgot
I'll
we
see.
live in the modern day where people just data mine this shit.
But at the moment, it's I like it. We'll see if I love it or just kind of firmly go on. Yeah, that was neat. I'm liking it more than I did Chronos.
I don't think that's particularly hard,
No.
unfortunately.
I mean,
Well, that's so weird. Both of you were so excited, and then so quickly we're like about that game.
So I haven't like played all of it. That's the thing. Yeah, I need to play all of Chronos.
Damn.
Because it does have some interesting accessibility features. I will give Silent Hill F this. The subtitles are in fact fantastic in terms of their accessibility because they are made for people with dyslexia.
Also, that yellow
So-
subtitle option
Oh, it's so
goes
good.
hard.
Oh, yeah.
Also, the font, like as a
Yeah.
it's like it's one step forward, one step back, because it's like I love the font, I love how it looks. But also we were talking about this as well. Wow, there's a lot of untranslated text in that game.
Holy fucking shit. And in the beginning of the game, if you don't know what this shit's saying, you're like, oh, okay. Meanwhile, me sitting there like, that's a propaganda poster. This is gender essentialism. That's a propaganda poster. Huh. Okay. Oh, all the things written over the walls? Okay, that makes sense. Huh. All right.
Very
And then I'm just sitting here like,
important.
wait a minute. The people around me cannot read this. Hang on.
Very important, game devs. When you include stuff like this in your game, first of all, someone needs
Also
to,
the localization is bad, by the way.
a little bit.
I'm playing it, Jake is playing it, and then my roommate's playing it who also speaks Japanese. All 3 of us do. At varying levels, and there are a lot of mistranslations, by the way.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of mistranslations.
They need to do the thing that people can do with their phones. Like you can point your phone at like a piece of paper and it'll translate the language. They should do that with video games, but instead of it being like a technology thing, just like for localizers, there should be some sort of accessibility. It's not accessibility, but like it belongs in like the same branch of like software that you would put in a video game, which is like for textures, right? because remaking a texture in every language, that's that's out of the question.
But why
no
don't
one's
they
ever
just do
gonna
the
like be
press
okay with it.
X? Like that
Yeah,
has been in all horror games forever. Press X to read.
make it readable like that, but like for like background textures that aren't translated, especially in games like this where it's like it's so obvious that there's a lot of like world building and like
Also, it's not
intent.
like you could make it so that if your camera is looking at something, you have some subtitles show
That's
up.
what I was gonna say. Yeah, like literally like
I think Chronos does that.
Yeah, you literally point the camera, or when it's in frame, it gives you a little like texting and dial, like Kazuma in Dragon Age Origins, right? You know how sometimes you'll like walk by something without pushing a button, a little like text prompt will just like highlight a description of it. They should just do that. They should just have that in more games, I think. Also, game devs, as another aside about this stuff, if you're gonna include stuff like propaganda posters and stuff like that in your game, and you're framing it with like intent, rather make sure you frame it with intent. Make sure people understand, like, eventually they understand like what you are trying to say by including that stuff in it. Because if it's
trust me, this game beats you over the fucking head with it.
I just
like
my whole thing is like my only last thing that I want to say about Silent Hill F is just like, this is not like a knock to Ryukishi or like the people that made this game. This is more of like a trend that I see in a lot of video games in general, but Silent Hill F is the most recent example that I'm hearing about. Is that when you have something to say, you need to, part of like how you say that thing and how you frame it and how you present it, like that's really important. You can't just like have things in your game that doesn't have like an obvious connotation, right? Like if you have something to say, make sure it says it. Don't let the connotation be vague and ambiguous, because then people
I'll
won't be
counter
sure what
this
you're
and
saying.
say that's the nature of Silent Hill. And two, Silent Hill fans are insane people who will deduce this shit in like a Reddit post that has 500 comments. I'm not kidding. I literally saw that happen.
That is true.
Don't worry, GC. They're not Yakuza fans.
Oh no, they can read.
hey, they're on my side this week. You gotta chill out, okay?
Yeah. Speaking of Yakuza, let's. Yeah. Oh my God, the gay people stay winning. Oh my God, I never thought I would ever want to play another Yakuza game ever again. And then gay people.
When you say this is for the girls and the gays, can you include me as well? The girls, the gays, and Yokoyama. Thanks.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm literally just excited for the Mine DLC because I love Mine. He's like my favorite Yakuza character. He's so fine and he's so evil and he's so gay.
Kiwami
you know what?
3 announcement.
Oh God, yeah. Like I have nothing to say, but I don't care. I'm gonna play the Mine DLC and probably walk away feeling like very whatever. But the fact that you sent me that fucking screenshot of what you have to do as Mine and you're like, don't play the game, it's just your job. I was like, oh, he's just like me for real. Oh, he's just like me for real.
Oh, I have to play it more now.
Yeah, GC, you can lead this conversation because, oh my God. Because you can also talk about the issue that RGG Studio is having post-Nagoshi.
I can, in fact, talk about a few things in regards to this remake. Kiwami 3 got announced at TGS, not at TGS, at a RGG Studio Summit, which was right after TGS. Because that's how these things work now. And while most of the summit was like the way we usually expect summits for RGG Studio to go, which is Yokoyama brings out his cast of like actual high profile celebrities that he has somehow tricked into being in his video game, and then tries to like act like he has rubbed elbows with them and that they're friends. In a very transparent thing that penetrates all language barriers just by watching body language and like the actors' reactions to him trying to like talk about anecdotes he has had with them. He announced Kiwami 3, and Kiwami 3 it's going to be in the Dragon Engine. We know that. It's going to have new cutscenes. It looks pretty neat. There's a whole Mine saga thing that's similar to the Majima saga in Kiwami 2 that's getting packaged with the game. So don't expect anything really long. You can probably beat it in like one sitting. I would imagine it's just one. Although it has mini games, so maybe not.
The Purikura minigame is so fucking funny because whenever you miss it, he's like, shit, I hope nobody saw that. This can never see the light of day. It's so fucking funny. He's like, even if you
Covered
like
up.
do a good job, he's like, no one can know this happened. And I'm just like, I love you. He's a man after my own heart. I love him so much. Anyways, please continue. Oh my god, I love Mine.
I'm really excited for Kiwami 3, if only because I am like Kazuma, I am a Yakuza 3 truther. I think Yakuza 3 is a very good game in the series. I actually played through that entire game, finished it, made my video, then went online and saw a lot of people complain about how like Yakuza 3's enemies block too much, and I was very confused, deeply confused. I was like, I don't get it. I don't have that problem. But anyway, everything about Kiwami 3 looks promising. Looks being the operative word.
But Game Green.
Can I chime in? Just say the reason why I'm not saying too much right now is that I have not actually really played Yakuza 3.
Just
okay.
Man gay make it everyone's
You
problem.
should play Yakuza 3 remastered. It's a great remaster, and Yakuza 3 is like easily one of the most like emotional, romantic, intimate, like Yakuza 3 is the closest that series ever got until Like a Dragon 7, where like characters truly like had emotions and cared about each other. Like it is
Yakuza 0.
deeply
Hello.
emotional.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Also,
Also, Yakuza 0 just had that one fucking scene in the forest. Come on.
That was
But
a good scene, though.
you know, are we just talking about the intimacy between men?
I am talking about Yakuza 3's deep, passionate, just that game loves dudes loving dudes in all shapes and sizes.
we are talking about the intimacy between men. Okay, because I was like, Yakuza 0 is a lot of stuff with like women.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about specifically like Yakuza 3 is like peak melodrama in the series, but like Cullen, if you liked Ichiban's entire story in Like a Dragon 7, you will absolutely adore Yakuza 3.
Oh yeah, I always figured I would. It was just more about when, and unfortunately now with Kiwami, I'm like, oh, you're putting that on the Switch. Okay,
dude.
Well, I'm gonna play that one.
You should play remastered before you play Kiwami.
And I'll tell you, and we'll get into why. So most importantly, the thing that stood out to a lot of people is that there are several characters that were missing from the trailers. I, however, because I'm smart and super awesome and very intelligent.
Yeah, we're doing this on the Kazuma Top Surgery cast.
Immediately on the announcement, we can both be super awesome and talented and intelligent.
All three of us. All three of us can be.
But notice how GC
awesome.
said I first, and then when pressured, had to capitulate and say, no, but all of us are pretty cool.
Whatever. Anyway, the problem that people noticed is that there were certain characters missing, but everybody very quickly realized that like, no, those aren't new characters. Those are recasted characters. So 3 characters that we know of so far, at least, have been recast. Go Hamazaki, which is we'll call him one of the bosses of Yakuza 3. Because Yakuza 3 has like 3 like revolving villains basically that are all kind of working together, and you're not really sure like who the real like mastermind is basically.
The lack of gay rights in Japan that prevented Mine and Daigo from getting married.
True. So they recast Go Hamazaki. They recast, I forget his name. It's the old man Nagasawa.
I think so.
I think it's Nagasawa.
I don't know. I'm gay people pilled or brained or whatever. So like I can only think of gay people.
They recast him, who is the old, lovable old man character who he is an Okinawan Yakuza who's like well past his prime. And like his family consists of literally 3 members. And they're not really like they're like the Yakuza from a very small town, basically. And like that's like the gimmick of that character. But he's a very sweet old man. He got recast. And the deuteragonist of Yakuza 3, Rikiya, had his
Rikiya.
caster recast. And I'm actually quite upset about all three of these for different reasons. Not, I say upset, but like I'm concerned, you know. Game's not out yet, but I'm concerned for three very obvious reasons. So for we'll go through the first two really quickly. Rikiya being recast isn't a problem so much as how they designed it's a new character design as well. So the problem with that is Rikiya, the original one, from what I understand,
he had a really standout design. He was memorable. This guy is just another fucking actor.
He was very distinct, and like I would even go as far as to say is like he is not from, let's say, like the mainland. Like he
goes to a different school. You don't know.
No, he was very clearly designed to be like
from
Okinawan.
Yeah.
And that's really important to his character. That is like fundamental to his character. Not like deeply, but like it's really important that Rikiya is not from the world Kiryu knows. It's very important that Rikiya is young and impressionable. It's very important that he cares a lot about the city he grew up in, right?
He's a small town criminal.
Yeah. Who ends up a small town criminal who in reality is just like, he goes to the shops in Okinawa to be like for quote unquote protection money, and they give him a big fish and he's like, oh thanks, yeah, that'll work. And
they're like, oh, it's that fucking goofball again.
Oh, it's Rikiya. Oh, how are you doing here? Whatever. And like it's not serious like that, but he thinks he's serious. Like that's part of the, and like the character design was integral to that to a certain extent. So I have a problem with that. And then the new Rikiya design is just kind of like he just looks like every other like a dragon character, which is like a pretty boy, or it's either I think
he's ugly as sin.
Yeah. But like you know what they're going for. It's like he's either a pretty boy or he is a man, or they're using the likeness of a man in his 70s, but they're making him look like he's 30. And like it's either one of those two in modern Like a Dragon stuff, and Rikiya is suffering from that problem in this Kiwami thing. I don't have any problems with the voice acting so far. I didn't really pick up on it because something else distracted me, but I am disappointed that they didn't just bring back the actor for Rikiya, and I know why. He voices Yuta in Yakuza 6. So because they reused that actor for a different character, going back to Kiwami 3, they decided to recast his original role in the series, especially considering that, unfortunately, the character he plays in Yakuza 6 is very important to the series.
But consider, they wouldn't have this problem if they just kept his original face model and let the guy voice act.
Yeah, except for whatever reason, I don't know if this is like a contractual thing with whoever the talent agency that Like a Dragon works with, that RGG works with.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was part of the contract where it's like, if you want me, you have to use my likeness. And I think that is a thing that has been recurring in the series for a while, ever since Judgment, where like they started doing that, and then they started like doing celebrity cameos and celebrity roles, and then other celebrities that they started to court realized that other celebrities were getting their likenesses in the game, and it's like, well, if you're doing it for him, you're gonna do it for me, you know? Oh, they also did it with Takeshi. What's his first name? Kitano. Takeshi Kitano.
Okay,
sorry.
yeah.
So that's his last name, Takeshi Kitano. So that's a problem. The second guy, the old man Yakuza, got recast, and I don't mind his new look. He looks much younger than the original, which is like has some issues there because it's like it's less convincing. But also, I think his acting is atrocious in what we've seen. Every line compared to the original that I can find and compare is just delivered in the most like flat, boring, unenthusiastic way. It sounds like someone trying to rush through his lines before any fucking asshole, before anybody comes up to me and is like, you can come out to me if you want, I'll keep your secret. But like, if you come up to me and you go, hey, Japanese is flat and monotone like that, that's just how it sounds, you're lying. 1, 2, that's not at all how Japanese sounds. You would know that if you weren't tone deaf. And 3,
got him.
that guy, this new guy sucks. There's no like, the old guy has like this raspy, like sweet voice, like a really old, like sweet as molasses old man voice. And then this other guy sound like every line. The one that stood out to me is there's a line that he makes. He says when he's swearing an oath with Kiryu, and Kiryu's like, "Hey, wait a minute, guy. Like, I haven't been in the Yakuza. Like, I'm not a Yakuza. I haven't been there in a long. Like, I haven't been a Yakuza in forever." And the old man, who doesn't know who Kiryu is specifically, he just knows that Kiryu used to be in the Yakuza, goes, "Man, who cares about that? Just share a drink with me." And he says it in the most like affectionate, like the cadence and the rhythm with which he says it is so like very quick. It's as if an old man is talking to like a child, right? And it's so clearly supposed to be that relationship, this sort of like parental, like he has like that fatherly like aura about him, to the point that he also kind of looks like what Kazuma would have looked like if he got really old. Just putting that out there too. Huh?
Okay, I was mistaking the character, but I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah. It's the old, it's like the really old dude that runs the Ryukishi, I forget the fucking name. I was gonna say Ryukyu, right? I don't remember the region.
Ryukyu is an island.
Yeah, that's where they're at in that place.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
That old guy.
Okay.
So like, you know, he's like whatever. Like he's supposed to be this old guy, and then the new guy delivers his line, and like the most like he's being attacked, like he's being assailed, and it all sounds like he either wasn't given any direction, or the guy simply like floundered the entire recording. And then that cadence is also matched with another scene that is very different that I also found in the Kiwami 3 reveal trailer. So I was looking through and I was like, I don't know about this guy. I think this guy's going to completely botch this character, and it's going to, like, I posted comparisons in this server, I think, and in the Burnout Discord, where it was like it's just night and day, and like the old one is very clearly doing something that the new one is not even like aiming for. Like the tone is completely like gone. Go listen to those when you get the chance. It's so, it really irks me. It really irks me. But the last one is the most important, and it is that Go Hamazaki, it has been recast, and the person playing him in this game, number one, doesn't look menacing at all. Because again, we're using an actor's likeness instead of like designing a character. Go Hamazaki is supposed to be like this like fucking 6 foot tall, like fucking like shit brick house of a man. Like he's scary. In the original Yakuza 3, his design is fucking terrifying. Like his opening scene where he's just being a really big racist to some Chinese guy in his restaurant is really fucked up. Like it's actually scary. I like it a lot. This new guy, because they're using his likeness, he's like half Hamazaki's size. He has like a much kinder face. He's not designed to look scary. He's not designed to look like tough. He just looks like a dude, right? Which is already my problem there, which is already a problem there. But the bigger issue is that he is being played by Teruyuki Kagawa. The thing about Teruyuki Kagawa, for people that don't know, and this is important, please listen carefully. In 2022, Teruyuki Kagawa was accused of sexually assaulting a hostess club hostess. Shortly after those allegations were brought forth, him and his talent agency admitted that all of the accusations were true. When he gave his apology, he gave it to the public. He said, "I'm really sorry for the for causing distress," I think is the terminology used. He did not apologize to the victim. Because of his actions, he lost like a bunch of work, and you know the way these things go, you are going to suffer you are going to suffer the consequences of your actions, etc. And over the years since, it's been 3 years since, but over the years, he has popped up in certain things here and there. And every time he does, people are like, why are we still giving this guy work? Why are you still like coming to bat for this dude? This is not like Western audiences saying this, because nobody knows. Nobody, I guarantee you, 2%, not even 2%, 0.5% of people who interact with Japanese media in the United States of America or in the West, period, did not know who Teruyuki Kagawa was before the Kiwami 3 announcement. So this
Absolutely
is
not.
yeah.
Nope, I didn't.
These are Japanese audiences saying, "Hey, why like why are you giving, like, why did you hire this guy to do these things?" You can go see a couple of articles about that here and there, and it is a problem because Like a Dragon does not have a great relationship with how it handles certain subjects. Huh?
Did I disconnect or something? Hello?
Hello?
No, you're here.
Am I here? Hello?
Yeah, everyone's
Hello?
here.
Oh, okay. Jeez.
Yeah.
Cullen, are you here? Oh no. Cullen's gone.
Hello?
It's okay. Calling you back? Hello? Is
Oh,
everyone
I'm
here?
back.
Okay.
Yeah,
welcome
we
back.
could still hear you. It was weird.
I just stopped hearing everything. I was
Must have
like
been
really
a-
listening to GC's conversation, and I was like, yeah. Oh, this is a really long pause for dramatic effect.
So where'd you drop off?
Oh God. You mentioned so
The
one of
allegations.
the last things I heard was Kaz mentioning that this is one of the first times anyone has.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are Japanese audiences expressing their discomfort or disdain for like giving this guy work, especially so soon after what he did. There are some pictures. I don't know if this is allegations or if like there is actually like a photo out there of him like pulling someone by the hair. And there's a lot of like hearsay and anecdotal evidence surrounding this particular actor about like he sort of has a reputation in the hostess club like industry. And like, it's kind of an open secret that he's kind of like an asshole.
Huge piece of shit.
Yeah. He's banned. I believe somebody even claimed that he's like banned from an entire like areas like district, like entertainment district. Like he can't go to any of those establishments.
And before we go into like how fucked up this is, I also want to talk, like, just mention that we've had actors in the series recast before, and it was usually for drug use.
Yes.
Or for literally being associated to the Yakuza.
And also,
Yes.
they're like
Yeah.
pretty quick to like get on that too.
Sexism, baby.
So-
See, I don't think he's going to get recast because this is not an issue. This is a thing Japanese men see as a non-issue, which is super fucked up. Now, GC, go talk about Lost Judgment.
Sure. So as I was going to say, and I'm glad you added that, because I was going to say that I was going to be like, it's kind of hypocritical that Japan will just like, Japan's entertainment industry will just like erase a person from its history.
For
For
snorting
like
a fat
having pot
line.
or doing a line of coke, but like, yeah, you beat up a woman. Let's bygones be bygones. Nobody was hurt. like that's sort of like a thing you can notice if you look at the whatever. Anyway, so Like a Dragon, this casting is kind of telling, because Like a Dragon has a really bad history of not just like its portrayal of women and how it treats the women in its stories, but also its stance on current events in Japan. A lot of people might not know this, and a lot of people will acknowledge, oh wow, I never knew that the sub-stories in the Yakuza games are actually based on real things that happened. And you're right, they are, but that's not where that ends. It's also the way those sub-stories are framed also gives you the impression and opinions of the people that made that sub-story of how they feel about those things. Sometimes it's not a sub-story. In the original Judgment, there is a sub-story where a woman is framing her boss, or like the son of her boss, for sexual harassment. And the sub-story is about how she hires the detective that you play as to get evidence that her boss is sexually harassing her. And the sub-story starts out that way, where Yaguma's like, well, yep, that's sexual harassment for sure. And then he does the thing, he takes the photo, and then it turns out that she set him up, that she did it on purpose to get him in trouble, that she gave him signals to lure him into sexually harassing her so that she could then blackmail him
Frame
for
him,
money
yeah.
and all this. And that's just a sub-story in Judgment. And that's how the sub-story ends, by the way, with Yagami going, hey, you can't be doing that to the lady. Like, that's it. Like, that's literally, like, there's no twist of like, oh, you know, but then it turns out the other guy was double crossing her and like it gets really weird. No, like it's just clear cut like that. It's them saying, yeah, you know, don't lie about sexual harassment. That's not cool. Which in a vacuum you'd be like, well, yeah, sure, we shouldn't do that. But like in the context of the current events and like the fact that that's probably based on a real news story while they were making the game.
I also want to bring up that this game also released after a Japanese journalist was sexually assaulted by a man that she had interviewed, I believe. And then she was shamed into literally leaving the country. And this started off loads of conversations about sexual assault in Japan.
Yes.
This literally started the Kutu movement and the Kutu and the Me Too movement in Japan.
Yeah.
And so this was basically written after, which feels like it was a response
to
this. Yes.
And then in the sequel, Lost Judgment, there's some other things in between, but in the sequel in Lost Judgment, an entire central plot point of that game revolves around people staging a groping case on a train. Sorry, not even on a train. It's like it's like at a train station, which is also weird because it doesn't usually happen at the station. It usually happens in the train, but whatever. That's a nitpick. And the whole like impetus for Lost Judgment, like the whole inciting incident for Lost Judgment and like a really big central plot point for like the first act of the game is Yagami interrogating a woman for having lied about being sexually assaulted at the train station. So now we're not just at one of those instances being like kind of weird, like maybe somebody wrote something thinking it'd be funny or interesting. Now we're 2 for 2, and this time it's a main central plot, right?
That game, by the way, made me so fucking mad and disgusted. I had to put it down, and I reviewed it, right?
Yeah.
But I remember when reviews came out for that game, I was like really fucking appalled. No one else had brought it up. Because it's just such a disgusting fucking game. Like, I'm sorry to anybody that likes Lost Judgment and
Our game's bad.
listen to our
Fuck 'em.
podcast, but that I genuinely think that game is fucking disgusting and vile.
Yeah.
In terms
to say
of like,
nothing
its writing and everything. Yeah.
To say nothing of like how it like presents the solution to bullying, which is a very serious issue in Japan that everyone loves to like point out to me. And it's like, well, you just don't understand how bullying works in Japan. It's a really serious issue. And I'm like, yeah, but all of their solutions that they propose in the game are cartoonish and gonzo and do not actually provide a real reasonable like solution. And they're literally just arguing about another vague, like generic, like, is it fellas, is it wrong to kill people who do evil? And they're just framing it around this bullying thing to act like they're actually saying something important about bullying, but they're not. Sorry. Anyway,
Game sucks. This
game sucks.
Bad.
And then in Infinite Wealth, the impetus for it, and then you would think, how does this connect, right? Well, something that happened alongside of these, like this whole explosion about talking about sexual harassment, sexual abuse, and all this stuff in Japan. Of course, because chuds everywhere are the same. The topic of cancel culture has sort of become more popular in the current day Japan. So that's like a new thing that they're kind of like really like focused on in Japan right now, or at least at the time of making like Infinite Wealth and in between Lost Judgment and then, is cancel culture and getting canceled for something and like how people feel about that. And obviously the cancel culture crowd, because cancel culture doesn't exist, they believe it's like, oh, you know, misinformation and lying about what people did to get them in trouble and stuff like that. And lo and behold, Infinite Wealth's entire impetus for its story is that Ichiban is framed for doing something he didn't do by online social media. And
Also
so
being canceled by a woman again.
and also the woman is like the evil person who then has to repent at the end. And so you have this pattern of RGG Studio sort of like having this opinion, but a lot of people up until now have been pretty like adamant about being like, no, that's not really what it's about. It's a more complex thing. Like, yeah, it doesn't actually say that, but like, you know, anyone with a brain would be like, these are dog whistles. They're not outright saying something, but they're saying enough of something and keeping it vague enough that like people who agree with that line of thinking are going to think it's awesome. You know, it's dog
crazy
whistle.
That in the modern era, there are people who act like they don't know what dog whistles are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the grift, you know?
Yeah. And
but like, come on now, be smart.
And now we're in a very interesting thing where it's like, if you believe RGG Studio has a problem with like women and like, a sort of like, they seem to view men as like these poor souls that are being attacked from every direction. Sorry, Infinite Wealth people, the Jesus Christ allegory is about how much men suffer. I'm really sorry, folks, but that's why Ichiban is framed as Jesus Christ, because he's a martyr for the cause of men. Sorry, the whole like botch the marriage proposal thing, and his romantic interest doesn't like know how to feel about him, and like he's going through a lot because nobody love him and like this and that, but he's gonna stay above it all because he's such a good person. It literally, all of the bad things that happen to Ichiban in that fucking game revolve around a woman. Like it's literally about how women are gonna fuck you up, but you gotta stay above it, bro. Like, that's what makes you a good man. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, so now they've casted a guy who has a record of sexual abuse. This is not like a guy that did it like 20 years ago and like, you know, he spent a long time like, you know, he's been a long time advocate for like not doing that sort of thing. And like, you know, there's a certain like, I can see it. It doesn't happen a lot, to be honest, but I can see a scenario where somebody does something like 10 years ago, right? And like in the 10 years that's like a James Gunn situation where it's like in the 10 years that James Gunn was a fucking chud and like was like a piece of shit and had like a really shitty way of thinking, he has proven time and again that he has worked through that stuff and like become a better person. Don't know by how much, but he has like at least put stuff into the world that like, you know, actively shows that he thinks differently now. He believes differently now. Like we can corroborate that with people he's worked with and stuff. Fine. Right. This happened 3 years ago. And to my knowledge, this guy has not done anything. In fact, his apology was basically like, oh, let's move past this. You know, he was asking everybody else to forget about what he did. If you think Like a Dragon has always had this problem, this is just sort of like more wood to the fire. Right. But if you think Like a Dragon is respectful of women, if it really cares about showing off like positive qualities of men, which to an extent I agree, I do think it has those things in there. This is sort of a spit in the face to all of that, because this guy's not a good guy. This guy's not like, you know, this is not like a person who respects women. This is not a person that you want to portray any character in your game, regardless of if he's playing a villain or not. You don't want someone part of the production.
You don't want this association.
Yeah, you don't want this association.
Because like you are, unless
it doesn't bother you, unless you don't care about those allegations, unless, you know, you are trying to rehabilitate this person's image without them having done any actual work to do so themselves.
They're giving him work. They're putting him back in the spotlight. Like the Yakuza series is not an insignificant series in Japan. I mean, it kind of is now. Like its biggest audience is outside of Japan, but it still says a lot if your series is like this and you're choosing to platform this fucker. I gotta be careful what I say. If you choose to platform this kind of guy in your series, especially a series GC, I think you and I like are the adult and you son of a bitch gif fucking handshaking over this, the muscles rippling or whatever,
Yeah.
where we've both seen a lot of people that
Dylan,
are like, yeah, Dylan,
you
you
son of a bitch.
Yeah, I also watched AVP, by the way. It's fucking awesome. Where we've both, I think, seen a lot of people that are like, oh, this series is actually feminist. Oh, this series is progressive. Oh, this series is a step ahead because of, you know, how it treats male intimacy and, you know, Kiri's relationship to the people around him, et cetera, et cetera. I've definitely seen people in leftist circles that are
Yes.
not men say these games are progressive and
I got a ton of that. I got a ton of that a few years ago.
and I hate that shit because it's
I
like
had
you don't
Australian
know.
mothers telling me that I was wrong about this series.
It's just like unfortunately, I hate to tell it to these people. And if you're listening here and you're getting mad about this, like please take it from the Japanese person. This series is not as progressive as you think it is. Like Mine is literally our random diamond in the rough, and he's an insane freak that has a personality disorder.
Let's put it this way.
But
Let's put it this way.
It is exactly what you think it is. It is extremely regressive. It is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Let's put it this way. To someone who doesn't live in Japan, this series might look progressive, but that is not a sign that these games are progressive. That is a sign of how fucking conservative the rest of the world is.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like you think it's progressive because you probably live in a country where the way conservatism looks there is much different than what conservatism in Japan is.
Also, if you think this series is progressive because men show emotions, a lot of Japanese media men show emotions. That's not uncommon.
Hell yeah, it's awesome.
It's kind of condescending as well because it's just like you know a lot of media in general. Like,
a lot of media shows
it
men
came
cry.
with your fucking existence.
A lot of men are repressed, and a lot of men make media, and they love to create characters who cry. That's just like that's their way of expressing that repressed feelings.
Like I'm sorry that you play video games and your range of emotion is Joel Last of Us to Kratos God of War, but like media in other countries, sometimes, you know, men are allowed to cry. There is such a thing as sincerity that exists, and it is not exclusive to Japanese media, but yeah.
And there's just like this so like it's not a good look. I really hope they do recast him. I don't think they will because I mean
I don't think
they did. I'll be honest. I'll be real. They did recast that one guy like a month before the fucking there was like one guy that they recast like literally like
It's Pierre Taki, and he was snorting cocaine. That's why they recast him.
But I'm saying like there is a precedent, not for the reason, but for the timeline where they did recast and redo an entire thing like a month, like in the span of a month, really soon, either after the game came out or like right before it came out, where they were like in the process of reworking that and they pushed that out as an update. So like, you know,
maybe, but I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, like I don't know if I don't think they're gonna do the recast either, because at the summit Yokoyama was like obsessed with the guy. So
oh jeez.
Yeah, like I said, he brought all these so that's another thing that I just made the connection of, for people who are like, oh well, like maybe they didn't know. No, this was like a widely reported thing.
They have internet.
This was like a huge scandal. This was like a massive fucking scandal. But also at the summit, Yokoyama like gassed this guy up and talked about how good of an actor he was and this and that, and it very clearly read as someone who is trying to restore that person's career. So just,
you know, it's like all of the Rurouni Kenshin, like
all the people
gassed up
fucking,
the RK mangaka,
yep,
including you, Mr. One Piece.
Eiichiro Oda. Yep. Yep. It's one of those things that I hold against him. Like it's like your fucking manga like goes against all this shit. Like, what are you doing? But again, it's this new thing with like cancel culture and like that's like a wave over there now where they're talking about it. But anyway,
Do you remember the Digimon, sorry, the Serial Experiment Lane writer that made an entire
Konaka.
Cancel
Digimon
culture,
skit?
Digimon stage
Yep.
play.
Yeah, that was so fucking funny. Anyway,
Cancel culture. I heard that shit and I burst out laughing. I was like, no way.
I was fucking killing myself
gotta
when
be
I heard
fucking
that. That was
kidding
so
me.
funny.
But yeah, and then the other thing that I just connect. No, yeah, I already said it. Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. Basically, just again, another reminder that you don't have to, but it always helps to look into the context and culture surrounding the thing you're playing or watching or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Gain some additional information about it, and don't look at other people and places with rose-tinted glasses. Don't. There's been a little bit of pushback against like this whole cool Japan thing, but like, listen, that's a real thing. People do that. Like that's like by design. Like look up what is it? Cool Britain. What is it?
Cool Britannia.
Yeah, like those movements are like literally the governments of these places. Sometimes that's part of a propaganda machine. You looking at Japan and thinking it's this magical place where everything is better, or where like your situation would be like infinitely better, or that everything is like different in Japan and like a net positive, like that is propaganda. That is a propaganda machine.
People are like, no, other governments would never lie to me the way my government lies to me. I'm like, hey, I got bad news.
I got horrible news for you.
I will say one thing about the Japanese government. They're pretty straightforward in all of the evil shit they want to do.
Yes, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but,
and like, granted,
by the way, we're making it harder for you guys to vote anyways.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. There's certainly things that I like about Japan that I look and I go, man, I think I could handle living over there. But that's how I'm seeing it. Of like, yeah, I think I could like survive there a little bit.
I could survive that Kool-Aid.
I could survive the difference, right? But like, I'm not saying it would be better. I'm just saying I think I would prefer. Like there's other countries too. Like I look at Spain like this too, where I'm like, it's not that I think my life would be like all better. I think I would just prefer that kind of oppression. I would prefer this kind. Oh,
well, the bar's in hell right now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But like,
you would sooner embrace the social ostracization potential
of being a foreigner.
I think you would get along. I think you would get along just fine for some reason because you're like super attractive, GC. You have like a really
this really is the GC gas up episode.
No, sorry, like I'm gonna be real. Like if we're talking about him going to Japan, I think you would probably be pretty fine because you're very charming. You have like a really handsome face, and you're very friendly. I think you would actually make a lot of friends there, and people would give you a lot of the benefit of the doubt because you're a foreigner. Like yeah, you also know that you go there, you're never gonna be one of them, right?
Yeah, like I know. That. Like I know. Yeah,
you have that expectation, but I think you'd probably do pretty well, all things considered. Cullen?
Thank you.
I think so too, because you're a very tall white boy. And very tall white boys get a lot of passes. Oh,
they love y'all over there.
This is true.
Yeah.
They eat you up.
Nuh-uh.
I'm loved wherever I go.
I can't go there. Yeah, it is true, because you're very cute, Cullen.
Yes.
So, yeah. But, no, yeah.
Oh.
If we're going to speak realistically about living in another country, it's like, yeah, I think you two would do pretty well in Japan. I do know that, like, yeah. I do know that, 50% of people, 75% of people that go there, live there, and they get extremely depressed when all of their illusions of Japan are shattered in the first, month or something.
I gotta sign how many forms?
Oh my God, yeah.
Why can't I just send you, a fill out a form online? I gotta make the line? I gotta come back tomorrow?
Imagine if that was like a puzzle in Silent Hill F and you had to actually wait in real time.
Americans don't understand that Resident Evil and Silent Hill puzzles aren't like puzzles to Japanese audiences. That's just the bureaucracy of living in Japan.
Exactly, but it was actually pretty
yes,
funny.
Of course, the rooster stamp. I looked at this at the post office.
Yeah, sorry, I have to actually let my game run for 5 days for this puzzle to process. It's real Hideo Kojima shit.
Going to the Japanese DMV. All right, sir. And now I'm just going to need you to rotate this statue until the shadow it makes resembles an image of an umbrella. All right, you got it.
All right, now it's going to take about an hour to process this particular form. In the meantime, we have unleashed this giant monster. Please survive up until we're done processing the form in this boss fight. Thank you.
For this driver's license
them
to
into
be
the pit.
valid, you're going to need to scan it 3 times. Once in a hot environment, once in a cool environment, and once in a room temperature
No, you have to experience
environment.
all 4 of the Japanese seasons. It's the meme. It's the meme.
Please write 5 haikus. None of them can have the sentence, "It is snowing on Mount Fuji."
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Once you free your minds and you indulge in the curiosity of actually learning about places beyond the pamphlet, I promise you the things you experience from those places and the people you meet from those places will be much more vibrant and interesting, whether or not they turn out to be good or bad in your eyes. Like, do it. Trust me.
God.
Anyway, I don't know if there's anything else I want to talk about, to be honest. I feel like we hit like these like 3 big like thingies. Does anybody else
Are
have
you
anything?
finished Bonanza?
Yeah. How do I feel about Bonanza? Hold on. Let me give me a second.
Bananas. Sorry.
Hold on. I got it.
It drove
I
you
got it.
bananas. Also, my binder is starting to get intolerable, so I can do maybe 2 more subjects before I gotta go.
No, I was thinking
can
we'd go to
do-
questions and then.
Yeah, let's go to questions.
Oh,
and
okay, let's
wrap
go to
up.
questions. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just like a real quick. Here's my my Bonanza thing.
Damn.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
it's not gonna
go
pick up on
play
the
Donkey
podcast
Kong.
recording, but I'll put it in there.
Yeah, go play Donkey Kong Bonanza, everybody, if you want to know why GC feels that way.
The entire game should have been like the last 2 hours of that game.
Oh,
It's insane that entire game is completely tonally different from the actual ending, and it screams. It doesn't matter what the rest of the game is because people rush to the ending anyway. And once they play the ending, that's all they're going to remember, and that's all they're going to care about.
Cool. I'm not playing more of that game. It's boring.
Okay, I'll spoil it for you later.
No, because I might play it one day.
Just fuck off. Fuck you. Anyway, go to questions.
yeah, let's go to questions.
Oh wait, I forgot. I've been playing Final Fantasy Tactics. It's really good.
Game
we don't have
good.
time to game
Yeah.
amazing. One of my
Mhm.
favorite strategy games of all time. The remaster is shockingly good. I have no qualms. I'm in chapter 3. Game good. Anyway, questions. All right. This is. I don't know how well this will play on the audio only podcast format, but you know. We got a visual question from Bram. One of the things that inspired my question last podcast about digital actors was learning about how manga author Osamu Tezuka created his star system, a set of stock character he would use often for certain characters in many of his manga. I provided a picture of them with their names. Pick your favorite based on these based on
Ooh.
vibes, and then cast them in a movie you've seen recently in a role you think they would fit.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first because I've been watching Wolf Hall. It's not a movie, but it's a TV show. And I think Marukubi Bon would be a fantastic Duke of Norfolk.
The most recent movie I watched, I'm gonna like force myself to pick that, not like think about it. I think Tick and Tuck would be great victims in Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, that's so good. Oh my god.
All right, you
Cullen,
ready?
Cullen won that one.
You ready?
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit
yeah.
you with something hardcore.
Okay.
Mhm.
Duke Red as Sherlock Holmes. Chikara Aritake as Watson. Butao Makeru as Inspector Lestrade. Acetylene Lamp as not Mycroft, Moriarty. And Rock as the leader of the Baker Street Urchins in a Sherlock Holmes movie.
See, you two always come out swinging with this, and I'm just like, can I get a Thomas Cromwell? Okay, anyways.
All right, next up is Speedwagon asking, who's the most char-coded non-Gundam character you can think of? Oh, that's so hard because it's like that's Char. No one does Char like Gundam, but I'll think about it. Y'all go first.
Lelouch Lamperouge from Code Geass.
That's not bad. That's not bad. He's got a bit someone else going on, but I get it. I think I agree. I'll accept it.
Wait, okay,
Bellamy
okay. First
from
of all,
One Piece.
what Char are we
No,
talking
not
about here?
Bellamy.
The character that is Char
Char.
across all Gundam works.
Okay, but like,
But he's
okay.
different. In a lot of them.
Yes. Is
How about
this Quattro
Char's
Vagina?
counterattack?
No, I mean like it is, but that's
Any
the thing
of
about
them.
Char is
Anything
like
goes.
it's not like every version of Char is like a completely different guy. It does build to that point, and like that's part of the appeal of those first like Gundam shows is you get to see it happen. And I think anyone going like his character completely changed in Char's counterattack. What the fuck? It's kind of like you're not paying attention.
No. But like, I mean,
But-
like, are we
Which one? Yeah,
like at what point in time, basically?
I was just kind of picking
Just
the
any of 'em?
general.
Any of 'em?
Yeah, but like for ease here, I'd say you can maybe do the original
Okay.
where it's just like guy in mask,
Dandy
manipulative.
Char,
Yeah.
Space Dandy Char.
Fuck. I'm trying to like make myself pick a show that's not an anime.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be.
You know what? I'm gonna go out of pocket. Thomas Cromwell
From
from history.
No,
the
it's in,
real
like-
Thomas Cromwell.
You know,
Okay,
I guess
you,
it didn't
if,
say it had to be fictional, so yeah, I'll
Yeah,
give it to
yeah.
you.
No, if any of you have read Bring
Oh,
Up
he's
the
from the
Bodies.
show you showed me. That's right.
Yeah. He's a real
Wolf
person,
Hall.
but yeah, let's just go Thomas Cromwell. I'm just gonna do Wolf Hall references all the way down.
I'm gonna say. I don't know. I don't think I can pick one because like I don't think I just don't have like enough of a grasp of Char, and I don't know how to compare him to other characters. I think he's very, very unique.
Yeah, like it's the combo of the manipulative like guy, but also he's like deeply pathetic, and he's not really the best at it.
And
Wow,
then like
you guys should
eventually,
totally watch Wolf Hall.
Yeah,
I'm like doing my rewatch of Zeta right now to try to make a video on it, and it's so funny how immediately everybody knows he's Char, and he's like talking to people from White Base on the original show, and like as soon as they meet him, like, hey, here's this letter one of our buddies wrote saying that you're Char. What do you think about that? And he was like, it would be interesting if I were Char. However, I am not.
By
That
the
is a
way,
different guy.
which is your favorite season of The Simpsons?
He literally says, like, let's say for a moment I am Char. Like, that is an actual line. It is
Yeah.
so funny.
I love it.
Fucking on a very surface level, and only because it's fresh, fucking delete a Final Fantasy Tactics. But that's giving Char a lot of credit.
That is giving Char a lot of credit.
Yeah, I don't have one.
It's very difficult. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Speaking of questions, next question.
All right. Nick says, has there been a non-Gundam but mech animation that you have watched before and liked?
Big
Yes.
O.
Big O.
So many. I could give you like the Rossifon answer.
Zoids.
I could give
Ooh,
you
I love Zoids.
Zoids.
Fucking
What about Transformers Beast Wars?
Transformers are
Yes!
cool.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll fucking just because it's recent and I didn't really get to talk about it, and I don't really have much to say besides the fact that it made me cry.
Ugly cry even.
Macross, particularly Macross Delta, and especially
The
Macross Delta Zetai Live, which was the finale movie, and
Yeah.
it was an immaculate, amazing movie that asked the question, wouldn't it be really fucked up if you fell in love with someone with a terminal illness?
Damn.
Yeah,
And then
pretty
it
much.
explores that as far as you could possibly go with that concept, and it gets into the mess of every bit of it, and you're just like, oh.
It was very impressive considering that I felt very middling about the show. I was like,
Yeah,
holy
that's-
shit.
And that's another thing. It's an endless waltz kind of movie where it's like, I thought the show was like all right, but you know, not perfect by any means. And then you watch the movie and you go, oh, you locked in.
Yeah, it was it's definitely a movie that benefits from the fact that there's like a whole show that like fleshes out a lot of those characters, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, no, like That's a fantastic movie.
I
Yeah.
had the most
So I guess that
ugly
that works as an
cries
answer.
I
Yeah.
ever had on a Discord call watching a show.
Yeah, but Beast Wars and Zoids are I like animal mechs. I like animal mecha a lot. I want to rewatch all of Zoids in Japanese because I want to know what the differences are. But fuck, some of the best CGI work in the early 2000s. Like I think the show came out in 2000 or 2002. The second series, New Century Zero, and like if you go look at the CGI work on that show, on the Zoids themselves, because the Zoids are 3D CG. Holy shit. It holds up incredibly well. Go look up a GIF of Zoids and you'll be like, oh my God, like this looks like it was made today. It's insane. It's great.
Here we go.
Anyway.
But this next question is really awesome given when it was asked, which was a couple weeks ago when we weren't able to answer it because we had to, move some stuff around for the show. And also what has happened since. What is the most monkey paws fulfillment of a wish you've ever had before? Like, I'd love a new Suikoden only for it to be gotcha, or a narrative-focused Star Wars game made by David Cage. Follow-up, how would you monkey paws fulfill a wish you know your fellow hosts have had?
Simple. I would remake Yakuza 3, but I would cast a sex pest as one of the characters.
Oh boy, I'd sure love a modern Deus Ex re-release. Wouldn't it be awesome to have a modern Deus Ex re-release? That would be really cool. I sure hope no one incompetent makes it.
That's also mine. I'm gonna say that's mine as well.
I forgot.
We had that. We had 2 of those.
Oh no, hang on. A new Castlevania game. ... Based on the Castlevania Netflix series.
No!
And then you cut to me bashing my head against the wall.
Somebody restrain him now.
Please give me Lords of Shadow back, please. I'll never take you for granted ever again.
to a lesser extent. Oh boy, I'd sure love a native Switch 2 port of that new Trails in the Sky remake. Oh my god, they're making one? Oh, that's so... Oh, it runs bad. I'm still playing it that way anyway, but... Anyway,
oh wait, hold on. I never answered
well,
for
we
the
kind of
first
got...
part of
Yeah,
that
you did.
question. No, for the first part of that question, my monkey's paw fulfillment wish that happens is, a new One Piece game comes out, but it's just a recap game that just reuses
They
like
make those
old
all the time.
storylines. Exactly. It happens every time. That monkey has a lot of fingers. Anyway, go ahead.
This is also by Snigs. Looking at Metacritic and wondering to myself, how crazy would it be after all of September if Hades 2 wins GOTY at most outlets instead of Silksong? How insane will HK fanatics be when reacting to that news? Any thoughts on this? Burnt
Guess
friends?
what? That's not gonna happen.
Neither of those games are that good.
Yep. Yep.
I'm trying to think. I feel like Silksong has a chance because at the end of the day,
They're riding the hype.
Game of the Year is a popularity contest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
God,
Let me see what else is coming out this year. Hang on. Game releases 2025. I almost said 2027 because I've been playing too much Deus Ex.
Pritchard,
Yeah,
we gotta watch the Video Game Awards.
Oh, I think okay, so I think Bonanza is probably gonna win it, if only because it was an original video game that came out this year, and a bunch of people have already said it's their game of the year.
Quote unquote original.
But every time a game releases, this is my game of the year. No one means that. It doesn't mean anything
No, you're right.
anymore.
But it's a Nintendo game,
Hey,
so
you
I
know
think
what?
it's gonna
and this is for George, okay? And no one needs to know George. Which George we're talking about? George, I think Mind's Eye should win Game of the Year.
Wow.
It should win just to piss George off. Like,
yeah. Hang on, I'm
just
like
for
actually
George
going
to be like,
through.
I gotta get out. I gotta go.
Okay, I'm
But,
checking what
like,
else is releasing this year, and I think it's pretty slim pickings, guys. Baby Steps might win Game of the Year, honestly.
Oh shit.
Oh, Ghost of
heard it.
Yote, probably. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Ghost of Yote. Oh no, Pokemon Legend. No, Pokemon never wins Game of the Year.
No, unless this one is like crazy cracked, which it could be. I'm excited for that game, but
let
like,
me explain
no
how Game
chance.
of the Year voting works for everybody. And I probably shouldn't be saying this, but fuck it, not enough.
No,
people
no,
listen to this
they've
podcast.
explained it. It's a panel of people that are all from the industry, and then they
Yes.
vote.
And some of them are in fact people that work at websites, game websites. They basically pull people across like all regions to vote. So it doesn't mean anything because it's just whatever game people like. It isn't even based on creative merit, like technical craft.
It is not like
none of that.
It is not like other. It is not like other award things that are not actually televised, or like where it's like there's like some like more like arty farty like awards that they hand out that are not the video game awards, where it's like
BAFTAs.
That like that actually has like a panel of people who are like actually like discussing, and well, I would assume they're more like discussing and like figuring out like, okay, like really which one of these is like the real like whatever. It's a popularity contest.
On the BAFTA panel are usually people within the industry itself, as in like game developers.
Yes.
Some journalists, and then people within other fields as well. And other like media things. Like that's why, what was it? I think when Far Cry 3 won like best original narrative or something, people were losing their shit because that was like actually considered quite a hallmark in games.
Yes.
Even though, you know, the story, for those who don't know about Far Cry 3, it's a story about being a repressed homosexual. But yeah, like so certain awards do carry more weight than others, but Game of the Year literally means nothing.
Yeah. This is why Kirby Air Riders will be Game of the Year.
Oh God, I hope it is. I actually hope it is.
I was looking at all the upcoming games and I'm like, oh, interested in that. That's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, Kirby Air Riders coming out. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I genuinely feel like as much as I've been enjoying playing a lot of games this year, it's been a lot of remakes and re-releases. So it's like, I don't really care. Like, I do not expect to be blown away at all the like games competing with one another at the Game of the Year this year.
None of this matters because Jeff Keighley is gonna give it to Night Rain because he wants to make Miyazaki his new best friend.
Oh God, you're right. Like, I don't know anybody who's still playing Night Rain.
Well, I never got to play it because I never had anybody to play it with me.
Well, I
said we were gonna play it, and then nobody wanted to play it.
Well, okay. In my defense on that one, Bandai sent RPG Site like the collector's edition because they just do that sometimes, and I was like, oh, cool, yeah. I mean, like if no one else wants it, I'd like to play Night Rain, and then they sent it to me, and then without a game code in it. So I was like, all right.
Oh,
well, you know
what? I got other stuff I could play anyway. I don't need this.
I hear it is a lot of fun. I watch people play it and they're having a fantastic time. But I would like, I don't know, something in my min-max brain would fucking make me kill myself. But like,
it's actually a much more, it's basically Fortnite by yourselves.
Yes.
So there's no, it's PvE Fortnite. So like instead of like playing against other players, you go to like different places on the map to like collect weapons and power-ups and stuff. It's actually very different to Elden Ring. And I would very much like to play
it. That has me think like that's what like youth group leads tell students, like, no, you might be interested in doing the Fortnite by yourself, but God doesn't like that.
You gotta do it with your friends.
You play Fortnite in your bedroom by yourself.
Come to church.
Come to church
I can diddle you while you play Fortnite.
These are some really weak interpretations of a youth pastor, because it'd be like, but you know who got the first #1 victory royale?
You know who got that chicken dinner?
Christ. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ didn't need to buy skins because he died on the cross. He wasn't alive.
Yeah.
But just like shooting the shit, like, we know it doesn't matter. What do you all think is your game of the year this year?
So far. Can we count games that didn't
Human Revolution?
Yeah, can we count games that didn't come out this year?
I was gonna say no because that would make it too easy.
Okay, never mind then. No, I am not a human.
Yeah.
Or the re-release of Franbo, the 15th anniversary Franbo. That's actually really good. See, the thing is, again, I played Franbo before I played Silent Hill F, and I'm like, one of these games is good. The other one is Silent Hill F.
You know what came out this year?
Translated well. Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors Origins came out this year.
Oh.
That was a good one.
Another game for bisexual people.
And I think, careful, you're gonna make me start questioning. And I think, oh fuck, Fantasy Life came out this year.
Oh yeah, that's actually like strong one.
I think I might give it to Fantasy Life so far. That's
If
the one
only
that made
I,
the biggest impact on me, I think.
if only I could play Fantasy Life. Quite sad.
Let's not talk about that.
I might give it
Because then you'll
100
feel
line.
bad when I point it out.
Yeah, I know I will. That's why I'm backing away.
Yeah.
Fucking, it's probably 100 line for me. I'm like really thinking of like original games I really like.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm enjoying like the Sky remake because like as a remake, it is basically a brand new game. But also like again, it's stuff I've played.
But you know what? Majima Gaiden was also like really, really good. Like shockingly, like uncharacteristically good, and it like restored my faith, even though it's going to be destroyed in a little bit. But
like I'm excited for the Dragon Quest remakes coming out next month, but then I'm like thinking about it and I'm like, as cool as those are looking and as much as they're adding to those games, it is just a game I played already.
Well, I know what we're not giving it to. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Bro, that game is okay. Not to be a fucking hater, but it's not
on
a
our podcast.
Yeah,
no
it's
way.
not. It's this is how you know I'm back because damn, Final Fantasy 14 and Monster Hunter Wilds collabing, dead game, crazy. Sorry.
Okay, now that we've brought this up, okay, yeah, Wilds is definitely somehow gonna win Game of the Year, and everyone's gonna go, what?
It's gonna win an award, and people are gonna go, shut up.
Huh?
Fucking
people are gonna walk out of their rooms going, kill Jeff Keighley, kill Jeff Keighley.
Higher on my list than I would have ever expected. I'm allowed to consider it because it was a new game as Super Robot Wars Y.
Yeah,
that game's awesome.
Yeah.
Game's good as fuck.
You know, we're all stupid. Not the actual game of the year at the Game Awards is gonna be Expedition 33.
Oh God, you're right.
Christ, that game came out, didn't it?
Yeah. It's gonna
be
that.
And then Keighley's gonna step on stage and be like, a game made by 30 developers has truly achieved something phenomenal. And this year, I'm pleased to announce Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is Game of the Year, showing that indies
I've always
are
hated
it.
AAA industry. I love indies.
You're right. It's gonna be that one. Damn.
Look at my shoes. They don't match my outfit.
There are people that literally think he has style. And I'm just like, I'm going to kill myself.
Oh, man. Like, he wears, like, the suit's fine, but, like, the fucking sneakers never work. Don't do that shit. Just wear some fucking, like, nice shoes, man.
Anyways, if either of you have perfect teeth and clean fingernails, I have to kill you. And that's my game of the year.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I had braces, so I do have like pretty perfect teeth.
No comment. Maybe you ask another person in your house right now. Don't worry about it.
Hey, babe, do you have perfect teeth?
And my eyes are only like that because I did a big
look at your fingers, please?
That's what I'm gonna say to my first blind date. Like in the next month, I'm gonna be like, show me your fingernails, show me your teeth.
Yeah.
Monkey paw. She's literally blind.
No.
Oh, what? Wait, GC, you wouldn't date a blind person?
No, I thought it would be mean. Why would she have to be blind if I'm asking her to show me her teeth and her nails?
Okay,
no, I just tried to do a little trap for you.
Jake DM'd me, and until you two play this, or one plays, one watches, he says, my armpits have been itchy though. So I'm sorry, guys. I gotta end this podcast. I need to get my shotgun out of the closet. I need to kill Jake. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, for this episode of Burnout Culture. You know where to find us, and if you don't, well, welcome.
Deal with it.
Maybe learn how to find us better. Thanks.
Make sure you remember the way you got here.
Exactly. And don't let anyone strange into your house with perfect teeth, itchy armpits, dirty fingernails.
Unless it's me.
Yeah, then you have to let GC.
Then make him take a bath.
Let me in.
Yeah.
Let me in.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.